Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backroads. Say hi, gang.
Hello.
Hi.
So excited to have everyone with us for this fantastic adventure here, showing off this great new system, expansion to a system. The base system is Backwater RPG, Southern Gothic Horror, and Backroads is the brand new expansion set in St. Louis and surrounding areas. Now out on Kickstarter. So if you would like to check that out, be sure to look that up. There should be a prompt going through, a timer going through in chat, telling you where to get to that, or you can look up Backroads RPG on Kickstarter. We also today are giving away a hardcover copy of the core rulebook for Backwater TTRPG, thanks to Asa and the others at Backwater. Super awesome. So I will get that started here as we do introductions for everybody, and you'll just have to enter in !Backroads, and at the end of the session we will draw for that. So thank you all for being here with us, and let us say hello to this fantastic cast. Playing Sister Cecilia, Candace, say hello.
Hello, everybody. I am your holy roller, heavy emphasis on the rolling. Sister Cecilia Sharp. I am 45 years young. The apocalypse has not been kind to me, and I hope that I can save y'all's soul tonight. So, welcome.
Fantastic. Thank you, as always, for being here. Let's go next door to Allegra playing Marua.
Hey, I'm Allegra. I'm playing Maruha, the muscle of the group. Not much for smarts or charming folk, but I can keep y'all safe.
And hopefully you will, yes. Thank you for being here. Let's go down to Kay playing Sissy Joe.
Hey, yo, I'm Sissy Joe. I'm just a small town girl with a big ass shotgun who's trying to make it in the scary old world. Never really expected to be out scavenging and adventuring, but you know, here we are. I'm apparently good at this sort of thing. So thank y'all for being here. I'm real excited to be playing.
Excited to have you, as always. And last but not least, Toffee playing Beans.
Oh, hey guys, I'm Toffee, and I'll be playing Beans, the Irish spelunker down around these parts. So top of the morning or top of the evening to all of you watching, I'm kind of like the Irish hamburglar, or should I say the bean burglar.
Amazing. So looking forward to hijinks of Beans and the rest of the crew. So, all right, that giveaway has started. ! Backroads in the chat, and you will be entered in. You do need to stick around here at the end when we draw, so we can get your information for the team at Backwater to send that out. So, with that, please come along with us as we travel down the backroads. Along the river and beneath the arch is a base camp for expeditions. Here, competing scavvers camp together for protection, yet eye one another suspiciously at dawn and dusk, looking for hints or clues for their next big haul. Beyond the base camp is the rest of the village, the safest part of the abandoned city of St. Louis, but also the most picked over. Old abandoned barricades and wooden palisades line the abandoned buildings from early expeditions into the city. And old-world cars and tanks rust in the street, stripped long ago of their materials and electronics. A group of 4 individuals brought together simply for only the reason of perhaps strength in numbers on this final day or two of the expedition before their ferry leaves down the river. Travels about camp to see if they can get some information on a good haul.
What time of day are we at about this time? Did you say? I'm sorry. I'm sure you said.
No,
what
I
time
don't
of
think
day.
I did. We'll say like afternoon, like early, like noonish.
All right.
You look about, there is plenty of other scavvers in the camp. Again, just mingling with each other, trying to bargain for information and see if there's anything that can help them find that score.
I'm real tired of picked over corpses. Anyone got any ideas?
Have you tried picking them over once more?
I feel like that's what we've been doing, and
But thrice over, you know. Sometimes little crows, they be leaving little trinkets in the dead bodies, you know.
well,
That
that
ain't wrong.
yeah, you're not wrong, but I'm not all the way out here away from my kin to just be getting little trinkets. I want something big. I want to be able to come home and like help.
That's right. The service of our Lady and Savior. She requires boons to keep her word alive. So you let me know where we're going, Sissy Joe, and I'll take you there. I'll have her come down and bless your spirit. Sister Sissy Joe, you let me know what I can do.
I feel like Sister Sissy is a little redundant. Like,
What if it was
Just-
Sissy?
that's cute. I'm okay
It's
with
like
that.
Sister Cecilia. Sister Cecilia has the same feel of Sissy.
That's right. Maybe that's why we're just so close, Sissy Joe. Or at least I'd like to be.
You could be like, I could be Sissy Joe, and you could be Sissy Sissy.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
Oh, all
I'll
right.
think on it. I'll pray on it.
All right.
I'll get back
All
to
right.
you. All right.
Oh, you got to pray on that. All right.
Can't make decisions about that for yourself?
Listen, I go where she wants me. And I
Yeah,
call
but this
myself
is-
what she tells me to call it. That's all. Would y'all like me to do a sermon, maybe? If a sermon
No,
might
we're,
help.
we're
No,
we,
thank you.
I'm still
I
so
would
moved
very
from
much
that.
like
I'm
one,
still so moved
please.
from your
A
last one,
bedtime
Beans.
story,
Beans.
please. I'm
Beans.
very tired. I could
Beans, it's
take a
midday.
nap right now.
Oh, hell.
Brother Bean.
Why don't you tell Beans a bedtime story and Miss Sissy Joe and I'll go on a oh, Beans is out. Doesn't matter. We're fine.
All right.
I stand next to Beans and I just start reading him, like I start singing him psalms out of the good book while everyone's doing what they're doing.
I'm gonna.
As Sister Cecilia does that, I kind of like, my eyes kind of glaze over. I don't remember you. Are you my wife?
No, I am married to my dearly departed Eve in my heart, but
Where am I?
she's the only one I need.
Lesbians for the Lord.
Beans, we're going scavenging.
Oh, we're gonna go to a little store run. We're going to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, good morning. I hope you had a good nap. It looked real refreshing. I wish I could power nap like that, honest.
He was in a holy repose.
indeed.
Nothing holy about what he was doing. All right. We want to be asking folk. I'm not much for talking to people, and they don't much like folks from the outskirts. So I'm more here as backup. I feel like.
Oh, you just leave that to me, sugar.
Yes, ma'am. I always do.
I kind of
All right.
eye Sissy Joe suspiciously, like, and I just like kind of like clutch my habit a little bit and fold my arms and like watch and see what she wants to do.
So, have I heard tell of anyone who might know something? Is there anywhere I can be asking around? I am pretty charming. Folks seem to like me, so.
Let's
They are-
do a first roll of the game, and I think for that, I think we're gonna do an assess roll. Let me
Alright.
just double check.
Me doing the first roll of the game. We might be in real trouble.
Let's go. You got this, Kay.
Sorry, let me grab. I just wanna. Yeah, we're gonna go with assess. As you look about the camp and see if there's, maybe try and pick an individual out or.
Well, that's a natural 2 for a 4.
Oh no.
And that
Okay.
dice is going into timeout. It lied to me with that nat 20 before the game.
And for those new to the system with us, this is a D20 based system. With that, you look about and you just see a mass of people. There are some individuals, there's groups, but you can't get a read. It's really just throwing a dart at the wall to see if maybe someone will hopefully be friendly.
I feel like old Billy over there might know something, but he was mighty forward last night around the campfire, so I'm just gonna avoid him and see what else we can find.
Sissy Joe, as you're looking around, you just hear like a slurping of like a tin can.
What'd you drink it? Where did you find that?
And I just have like red sauce and beans like all over like the lip of my mouth. Why don't you be asking me about these things there, Sissy Joe? I be knowing a lot of things about buildings and you know, shortcuts and safe routes and a potential location of, you know, buildings and woods. I do know my way around the city, you know. I've been traveled. I'm like.
I can tell from your accent. I apologize. I meant no offense, Beans. So do you have any leads that haven't been twice picked over?
Well, I like to keep it to myself, you know. I can't just be giving up these tickets for free, you know.
Well, you know, you don't have to tell us, but if you lead us, you got 3 folk here who are really.
I've been liking that pearl of necklace. That necklace of pearls around your neck. Sissy Joe looking at me and Maruha. Compared to you, you'll be made of mad money, you know.
Well, look.
How many oysters you be shucking to be getting that string of pearls? I do love me a good oyster.
This was a gift from my mama.
Your mother will be an oyster.
No,
Now,
but I don't.
Can I at least just wear it for the day then? I want to feel like royalty, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay, we can make that. Yeah, it's real sentimental. I miss my mama a great deal. I always thought I'd be a homemaker. I didn't think I'd be out here. And my cat just stole the toy right out of my hand. I might be climbed in a minute. No, all right, just treat it real gentle like, all right?
Oh, I be treating it real gentle as I do all things there, Sissy Joe.
All right.
I just snatch it out. I give it one little lick. You be taking all the flavor out. Ugh.
I just look at Sister Cecilia.
I'll say a prayer for him. Don't worry about it, Sister Joe.
They do look mighty nice on you.
Thank you. So now, as I was saying, Maruha, did you want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say the entire time this has been happening, Maruha's like done with this interaction and has gone off to try and find some like medicinal herbs or like just plants that I can mush to maybe look like a medicinal paste to trade for information.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's do either search or maybe nature.
Nature? Okay.
Lore, so either lore nature if you have that, or I'll just let you
do.
do search.
I do have lore nature.
So
All right.
one or the other is better.
Let's see. They are both. Oh, search is actually weirdly better. Wild.
Do it.
16.
Awesome, yeah. So you are able to find some things that, you know, not specifically what you're after, but you find things that look really good. You're confident you can pass this off as maybe a makeshift. So I'll also say that Beans, you after you don the pearls and show them off, but then you think to reciprocate on maybe this trade here and look about the crowd and notice that you do see a contact that you're familiar with, Frank.
Oh. I just I waddle over to Frank, and I offer him my half-eaten tin of beans. Hello there, Frankie Pooh.
Beans, hello. Thank you.
I like you.
You
I
always...
like you to be meeting my who are you all again to me? And what are you my auntie or are you my little brother? Who are
We're
you all?
holy travelers on a
Bird
mission
king.
from the Lord
I thought we was
herself.
friends.
I'm not on a lord from no
Please be
mistress.
my best friends. And
Sure.
about to good to see you, Frank.
What about me? I thought I was your best friend. You know, Frank and Beans. Beans and Frank.
Well, of course there, Frank. You're going to be my best friend. You know, I keep a picture of you in me coin purse.
I don't know if I'm gonna be that best of friends, but What you after today, there, Beans?
We been looking for something.
Oh, we all are.
What you be knowing about, that old tick? Talking just like remind us, like, what are we looking for? What's our objective here?
So yeah, you're just after old relics, old equipment, electronics, things, because that's what you turn them in for coins. So
And that's gonna be located in the Tangle?
so the area surrounding the village where you are, the camp and the village, is picked over. You would know that the Tangle is this massive, just overgrown kind of forest jungle, if you will, that is pretty dangerous. And so there's potentially, likely things beyond that, in it beyond that. But yeah, it's just a matter of you want some information to know that there is. You know, it's certainly not something you're just going to go and a little bit maybe high of a cost to do so. But
I take a quick little peek around, and I kind of just, group huddle everyone just a little bit closer. Frank, I know you're the best scout this side here of the backwater. Now, everyone here, they're just researching the same place over and over again. But I know you have a thing or two, a location up your sleeve that you be keeping to yourself, yeah?
Might I also just say that you look mighty handsome today? It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
you see, flushes a little bit and says, "But I mean, I don't know what's beyond the Tangle, if that's what you're getting at there, Beans, ma'am. But I can tell you, Arkwright, you know, that group beyond the river, engineering company, they're certainly looking for some choice items. Infusion pumps, ventilators. They're kind of keeping it quiet. They want a mad dash, because that equipment will get damaged in that rush. So, but I have it on good authority that find some of that, they'll pay real good.
You be saying it'd be ventilators and what type of pumps?
Infusion pumps, Beans.
Oh, sure. I know what those are, I believe. Yes.
Don't you
There-
worry, the pretty little head beans. I got you. Old war tech's kind of my thing.
As far as getting over there or where it is, I'm not too sure, but I might have heard a few chaps over the way talking about old Blake Watson. Blake Watson is supposedly making some trips back and forth.
Oh, you are familiar with them? You friends?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You know, definitely not like you and I, Beans, but he just kind of, you know, it's one of those scavers that the name gets around. A little bit more bold than most. Or
Well,
stupid.
I know you be spending a lot of time here in this camp, getting to know everyone. Wouldn't you mind just introducing us for?
Oh, he's like looks around. He's not here. I actually haven't seen him in a bit.
Know where he hangs out usually?
Yeah, sometimes over on the edge of the park there. Just under the arch. Maybe some people there will know.
I go there sometimes to pray. Is he a goddess-fearing man, or what kind of man is he?
I'm not that familiar with them, sister. Sorry.
All right, well, Sissy Joe, you give a run at it with your wiles. Then I'll try with the word of her beauty. And then if that don't work, Maruha, you come on in with your righteousness.
I know the usual way, man.
I mean, also Beans is actually quite persuasive too, so let's not count him out.
Todd,
Beans.
as we're in this conversation, I would like to, and as Frank's attention is off of me, I would like to just kind of take a quick little assess of Frank's belongings that he has right now visibly on his person,
Yeah.
just to see if he has any trinkets or anything.
I am
spicy.
so in love with Beans. I just need
Yeah.
everyone to
Go
know
ahead and
this.
make a roll.
That's gonna be a 5 for the assess if it's a best of 1. Just a raw roll.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that would be a 5.
A 5. Okay. You see a few standard, piece of equipment. Maybe a flashlight and a little pack. Nothing, though. Even that stuff, like there's nothing there of worth or value to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good there.
Shall we make our way to this lake, fella?
At the park to go across the lake to be getting to the tangle, yeah. So just to be sure there, Frank, telling me this guy over there at the park gonna help us get across Lake Mason.
If he's there, yeah, Blake, he's probably got some information, I'm saying. As I said, the only one bold enough or stupid enough to head over that way.
Which way to park again?
He just kind of gestures over to the
just
edge of the
start walking.
camp.
Well, we got a fair amount of bold and stupid in this group. Might as well.
Can we see if he's there from where we are? Or we have
Yeah,
to
like
just
how far is this? Is this
head
like
out? Yeah.
like
No,
a
it's-
5-minute
it's-
walk or like a?
Yeah, it's not super far, but it's not a visual distance. And then there's camps,
Like stuff in the way.
tents, different objects, things like that. So yeah, you'd have to go and check that out specifically. So, but he's
Ain't no
probably
time
somebody
like the
that
present.
somebody you would probably be familiar with. He does have somewhat of a reputation around camp, so some of you may have ran into him. So you would definitely recognize him if you saw him.
I just kind of start like meandering over in that direction, looking around, seeing if anybody else is like packing up, gearing up to leave, to see if they have like a lead that we could also follow.
Yeah, you scan about and you see a few different groups. Some of them look like they're just because the ferry is on its way out in the next day. Some people do look like they've ready to pack up and for that to head out. Some of them do look like they are working to go on a scavenge, see if they can find anything. Different groups. Some people are picking through some of the things they found. They have clearly like a discard pile, which is quite large compared to what they wouldn't have their spoils really out there in the open. But
I lean
Like
into the
as-
sister as we're walking, and I kind of point to the groups that are packing up. I'm like, you know what we call them?
What's that, sister?
Quitters.
That's right. Nobody quits on her though, least of all us.
Right, yes.
As we walk, I want to kind of like start just kind of reading passages and blessings and stuff, and start kind of like proselytizing to people about her grace, and just like see if I can get people to give me tithes, whether it's supplies or like anything that they've got that they want to like donate to this holy cause, to see if we can like kind of build up our stores before we leave.
yeah, absolutely. Do you have a specific skill for that?
So I
Is
was
there
going
a-
to use persuasion,
Okay.
because I'm trying to persuade people away from their money and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was a lore like religion or something. If not, that's fine.
So, yeah, there's also lore religion, so I
Okay.
can do that if you think that's better. I think it's the same. It's the same for me.
Okay, yeah. Given that they're the same, go ahead and roll either or.
Oh no. So that's a 4.
So I will allow. So rules as written, you have to spend an adrenaline points prior to rolling to get best of 2. So in Backwater, you have either best of 2 or worst of 2 modifiers, and you have adrenaline, which is a sort of bonus that you can use to impact some of those rolls, things like that. As I mentioned, rules as written, you have to do that before you roll, but for this, I'm going to allow that after the fact if you want.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so everyone did start with 2 adrenaline points as well, by the way. And so actually add 1 more. 3 all around because amazing start.
Nice.
I love these characters. This is amazing. So Sister Cecilia, you are down to 2. Go ahead and roll once again.
I got a 14.
Very nice. Okay.
Well used.
Yeah, you...
I was going to ask, is there any way I can lend any kind of assistance by, like, walking slightly behind her and saying overly loudly to the party, "My, that Sister Cecilia, she's just so devout. I can't believe we are so lucky to have someone so faithful with us," because Sissy's picked up on what the sister's doing, and Sissy likes things.
So go ahead and
Sister.
give me a... Yeah, give me a persuade check there, Sissy Joe.
At the back of the group, Maruha's paying no attention to this and is just trying to teach their raccoon to walk on its 2 back feet and hold their hand.
Well, that's another natural 2 on a different dice for 5, so that didn't help. That's another dice.
I hope you have a lot of dice on hand. So you do not help out. Sister, her voice just
and
carries.
I've only just encouraged her. I've only just encouraged this now.
Yep, you did.
I'm a God-fearing woman, but this is a bit much even for me.
The sister's voice carries out even above your attempts to try and corral the people as well, but to some success. So Sister Cecilia, go ahead and you can have, I'll say 2 or 3, just kind of generic items that you're looking for the group. Just let me know what you're getting.
So I am going to take a look. I think I know what I want, but before I lay it down, I'm not going to hold anything up. Everybody else keep going, and I'll get back.
Okay.
That's okay.
As you put your tithe out, I'm gonna go ahead and put a can of beans in your offering thing.
Where do you keep all of those cans?
Did you hear how he jingles when he runs?
I have a lot of different holes and
Okay,
coats
thank
and
you.
jackets.
We're good now.
and-
Thank you very kindly.
You want some?
I'm really good without your whole beans. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're lost.
That's very kind of you. I'm very grateful. You should keep those for yourself.
Was planning on it.
As they're having this interaction, I'm trying to entice. Maruha has a raccoon. I don't know if I made that clear at the beginning of this. Maruha has a little, it's a small raccoon, big enough to kind of fit on their shoulder. But I'm trying to teach it to walk on her hind legs, like this little monster in my lap. But I think at this point, Maruha's kind of trying to encourage her over to Beans and try to see if she can get Sombra, the raccoon, to climb up Beans' back.
Okay.
Oh, hello there, Sombra.
Yeah.
Need a little bit of help here. Does your raccoon happen to like beans?
Couldn't keep it in. I've never really.
Fiber is a very crucial part of any living thing.
Yeah.
And I just go ahead and just I unscrew the can that I'm working on, and I just dip my hand into into the red sauce, and I just slather up from my calf, up my thigh, and then up to my shoulder. Maybe I can, lure your Sombra up here, be perching on me shoulder like a parrot. Yes.
Yeah, well, maybe she can sleep with you tonight. That way we can keep all the smells contained to one tent rather than spread them out.
Well, I do have to be telling you there, Maruha. Sissy Joe be having an awful stench too. Be smelling like riches, Be smelling like rose and money and talcum powder. It's not a good look,
Look, I am hardworking, and there ain't no law that says you can't look good while you're out doing what you got to do.
You could hear me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I do have ears, darling.
Oh, I was shouting, wasn't I? Oh, so sorry about that there, Sissy Joe.
Listen, Brother Beans, the body is a temple. Some temples are clean and smell of fruits and flowers, and other temples are more like yours, more sturdy and rustic. They're all her children.
Oh. And what's your temple be made out of, Sister Cecilia?
My humble temple is made out of sticks and twigs and the freshest earth. Yes.
I enjoy
Let's
eating
just
is
hope
that.
the big old
good,
bad
Brother
wolf
Beans.
don't come by.
She is good. No wolf can bring me down. Sissy Joe, I don't want to get started, everyone. I don't want to get started.
We ain't met enough wolves then.
We got 2 smelling salts, and somebody gave me a vial of poison. I don't know what these people are thinking,
Oh,
but
hell yeah.
it'll do us well out there in the wilderness.
Yeah, will.
As the raccoon goes and tests the smear of beans along the thigh of beans, skitters up and then perches on your shoulder there. Just kind of chittering, picking at the beans down your shoulder there.
Oh.
Which the rest of you look about, and you don't see Blake. You don't notice the individual you're looking for amongst those that are here in this camp.
It's Sunday?
Why does that matter?
If it ain't Sunday, I see no reason this man is away from his post. You can rest on the Lord's day. She allows that, but where is he?
Wait, why does she get claim over a whole damn day?
Because she is good. You have fun on Sunday, too. You rest, you relax, you thank her for all that she is, and you get a good jump on Monday.
I ain't
Amen.
never done any of that, but all right.
Oh, yes.
She gets a whole ass day.
Oh,
No one
yes.
pays attention to the fucking forest.
Well, this is going on. Would I know where he normally is? Could I do like some sort of like survive check to see if I can like track him? Figure out if he pulled up roots or if he's just away. Like, is there anything like that?
Probably not track. Like you're not really gonna track him here in the camp. There's a lot of activity.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, if he was in the camp, you would see him. If he was here, he would be in this, in this part as Frank had mentioned, and you just don't notice him.
And from what
You
Frank
do know
told
that
us,
he does, he does go out quite a bit. As he said, he's kind of one to explore a little bit more than the others.
And from what Frank told us, Blake works alone.
Generally, yeah.
Okay, so most likely no one here is going to know much about where he went off to.
Specifically, no, but
Okay.
Are there any boats along the shore?
Yeah, can we try to make our own way?
You would be away from. You'd be more inland.
Oh, okay.
Than that, yeah.
Gosh darn it.
I'm going to go ahead and make my way towards the center of the camp. And I'm going to take one of my spoons and I'm going to bang it up against the tin can of beans just to kind of gather some attention around. Hey, everyone! I be needing your attention, yeah? I be the father of a Mr. Blake that frequents this camp. Does anybody have any answers? Depending on what you tell me, you may be going to be getting some sort of reward, yeah?
Give me a persuade check, worst of 2.
Oh, it's going to be a deceive?
Oh, sorry. Yes. You can do deceive. Yes. Straight roll.
A straight roll of deceive? Beautiful.
Yeah. I'll allow.
Haha, it's going to be a natural 20.
Nice. Critical success.
No way.
Okay.
Beautiful.
What is the? Do you have a modifier to add to that?
That would be a 22.
Awesome.
Actually, 23 if you add everything together. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. You get some looks, grumbles, and at first, the rest of you might be like, "What is he doing? Is he serious?" But you realize that the grumbles and reactions are more just because of the interruption at first. And maybe they're just, appeasing him, but this younger individual, or shorter individual, just kind of looks up and, What say you now? What are you clamoring on about?
We be looking. Well, someone else said that.
We're
to be
looking
fair,
for
yeah.
his son.
Yes, my
Blake?
son, Blake. He be frequenting here and in between Lake Mason.
Blake Watson. Blake Watson is your son.
Yes.
Now, don't you
Right.
go mocking anyone's found or chosen family.
That's right. We're all equal in the eyes of our beautiful Lord.
Well, no, he's my actual blood.
Oh, I really thought I was helping you there, Beans, but you go right ahead.
I've always wanted to be a papa. Just let
And
me
you
have this
are
moment.
a good father to that Blake.
That little hellion.
Well, Blake, he's been out. He left Brighton early this morning. Off to that tangle, as he does. I mean, he's come back with some good hauls. Real good hauls, actually. Not really sure how he does it, but... usually he checks in by now. Haven't seen him.
Do he be traveling out on foot?
Yeah,
or does he
yeah.
take a little horse or something?
No, it's... it's
The
a trek,
Tangle's a
but...
mighty big area. Do you know, like, what part by any chance? Like,
Well, he would have went through, the village park there in the edge, and then
course.
just basically kind of due northwest.
northwest. All right.
I pull everybody aside to kind of like get
Thank you
away from
kindly.
this person so they can't hear. And I look around and I say, so it sounds to me like if we just follow the young Blake, we could just maybe...
I'll be finding my son.
You could find your son.
We
and
will
could
find
maybe
your son.
Find a little piece of the prize that he's looking for. I don't think he could say no, after all. He's a public servant, just like I am. I'd never turn down
And
a
then-
fellow brethren in need.
And then we find Blake. I think he knows how to hold his own if he's going all by his lonesome, right?
That's right. That's
Definitely.
right.
And then
Quite
we wait
capable.
for him to finish the job and then we kill him.
I don't think we need to be killing anybody.
Sombra! You been knowing how to kill things, yeah?
Let's just call that Plan B.
Go for the throat.
She's just a baby. She's not baby. She's
No.
pretty big.
She's in on this. She's in on this as much as I am.
I mean, she's helped me kill things before, I guess.
Little raccoon hands just kind of covered in beans.
I won't judge Sombra for doing her holy duty. All right? Raccoon's gonna raccoon. I can't judge her.
I am so
But Baines-
sorry, Sister Cecilia. I did not. I forgot that I was in the presence of a sister.
Beans. You let
Sister.
that raccoon take care of what it needs to take care of. I don't want blood on your hands, Brother Beans. Please. I could
my
bless you
job.
if it happens. If it
This
happens,
is-
it happens. But I'd rather
This
not.
just be bean sauce. There's no blood in my hands. I
Not yet, young
swear.
man. Not yet.
I turned to Maruha and I'm like, he really is quite talented. I don't quite understand it, but it just, is it talent or is it luck? Because it's just consistent and it's really impressive.
I think it's a little of both, and we're just underestimating him. I'm not right sure.
I'm coming to find some real respect. It's
Yeah.
unexpected, but here we are.
Okay, he'll be waiting for us when we turn back around.
Let's go find your son.
Listen there, little boy. Well, what's your name be again?
Oh, they. But Taka. You can call me Taka.
Okay, Taco. Do you having any tips for us meandering about here in the tangle? It'd be our first time, yeah.
Avoid it. That's my
Well-
tip.
But
Can't
what
say we
if
didn't
we
see
were
that
to
coming.
enter, you know?
Never gone myself, so I can't really say anything to that. Sorry.
How old is this person?
Sorry.
How old is this person?
They would be like, I don't know, young 20s.
Okay. I take 2 coin from my purse. I have like a bunch of money because I come from a merchant family. But I have it like hidden all over my body in random places so that I can't.
You're the
Out
one
for me.
jingling.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm also jingling.
She better
Take-
off than me.
I produce like 2 coin and I tuck it into Taka's palm, and I look at them and I say, "Listen, Ken, we're gonna need all the help we can get. Anything you know that could help us out, I'd be much appreciative." And I wink.
They take the coin and kind of press it into their hands, pressed a little bit like this. In a little bit, what you think, just some respect towards you, sister. And they just respond and say, just be careful. I mean, this is, if you're going out that way, there's lots of talk of real good things, but could be at a cost.
You just go ahead and keep that, and you pray for us, child, for our safe return.
I will.
I guess we ought to be heading out. The
should
longer
look to
we
be
sit
moving.
around here jabbering, the harder it's going to be for us to find Blake. He's
Right,
already
you-
got a head start.
Maybe losing
Ain't no time
daylight.
like the present.
That's right. Don't worry, I'll lead us in a prayer. And then I have
That is
I have a
exactly
praying-
what we need, sister.
But we got to be safe on the trail.
As
The Lord
sister,
watches out. She is good.
as sister begins to recite the words, the prayers, the 4 of you venture out away from the camp here towards the village park. And when you arrive to that, it appears to have been a camp of an earlier expedition into St. Louis, potentially the earliest. Littered with ripped canvas tents, collapsing makeshift walls, and some graves of unlucky few. On the other side of the park, you see the Tangle in the distance. A miles-wide mass of sickly vegetation has overtaken the city. Looming up above you, you stare out and scan the area before that. And just before, at the edges of that large forest, you see a lump, an object laying in the ground. Looks to be an individual.
I'll
Sis-
approach.
Sister, we might need some of your grace.
Sister knocks a bow. She has a wrap to her, knocks and kind of pulls it back to give Maruha
To give her what? Sorry?
some backup.
Okay. All right. Marua, you said you're heading out first.
Yeah.
So
that's my
there
job.
is like a large field that is in front of you, like pretty good 50 yards or so.
I'll probably go halfway there and pull up and say, "You all right?"
Yeah, I'm fine.
Not you, Beans. God damn.
Oh, sorry, I'm a bit tired from all this walking.
So
Doing all right.
as you step out and move towards making your way through, you get maybe a quarter of the way out there. Chink. You feel something under your foot. You might be a little confident in what this is. Go ahead and, you don't even need to roll. You understand that this is probably a mine.
My mama set them all around our property. Not our property, but where we roamed in the forest. Mama had them all out. I knew better than this, and I just walked right into one. Beans.
Oh, Beans, now is not the time for a nap, and I kick his shin. Beans, I think. Is
I
this.
need some help.
Who'll be saying that? What?
It's Maruha. I
What do you need
stepped on
help?
a landmine.
Oh,
Yep.
that there's me specialty.
Yep, I was hoping you'd say that. Can you please get me off this thing?
Sure thing. And from like 20 yards away, I just begin to immediately go down prone and just military crawl over to Maruha.
I scoop up Sombra so she's not worried.
Thank you.
So following the trail that Maruha had made initially, knowing that they hadn't run into anything until this point, so that path should be in the clear. But Beans, you arrive and you just see that Maruha's got her foot there firmly planted down, maybe applying extra pressure to make sure that she doesn't release that plate and have it ignite, go off. So you can go ahead and attempt to deactivate this. Either a tinker roll with a toolbox or a ledgerman roll.
Right. As I go ahead and I go onto me back to take off my rucksack, I take a look over at Sister Cecilia and I say, I'm a bit tired waking up from me nap. You got anything so that way I can be, rejuvenated after me long rest?
Let me see what I have here. Just a minute. I'm patting myself and I produce my thick bowl and I strike it.
Oh!
There you go, Brother Bean. Nothing energizes more than her word.
If you're going to be doing one side, make sure you be doing the other then.
Yes, Brother Beans, that's right. You turn the other, I smack him again.
Oh, very good. I look up at Maruha. Listen, how much stone you be weighing? As I begin to open up my rucksack wide and I just take out like maybe about 20 cans of beans.
Well, that's
many-
where they all are coming from.
This makes sense. How many stones do I weigh? I don't know. There aren't scales in the forest, friend. Am I big enough to take down a fucking coyote? Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay, this might be a little bit tough one. As I go ahead and I start to stack the cans of beans on top of each other and I begin to slowly slide them on and I kind of instruct Maruha to kind of take off some of their weight as I'm sliding it on to kind of have it be equal weight with them.
Okay. Do you have an
this is
argument for
happening.
what you're trying to do? So, go ahead, Maruha. What's it?
That would be the description of like ledgerman, essentially.
Okay.
Nice. As this is happening, I'm keeping my eyes on the figure that was on the ground in case it's like an ambush or something.
Yeah, as you do, it's laying on the ground, hasn't moved.
Alright.
Just face down. It looks like not doing anything. So, I just wanted to look up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my raccoon on one shoulder and take out my shotgun and just kind of be ready, just in case scanning the area and maybe spouting off some lore about old tech and how these mines work, just in case it maybe helps out. Good old Beans there.
Absolutely.
Should I roll now? Here, Todd.
Yeah, go ahead. And did Sister give you a bonus to that, or?
Just a Bible smack. I was looking.
And if I can lore religion, since he asked me for a pick me.
But all in all, that's going to be a 15.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, that does it. On the
Nice.
dot, actually, for the
Nice.
for the adventure. So,
As
okay.
I'm like sliding it on, I'm
You-
like taking
you get
sips
there
out
and-
of the beans to like lessen the weight. I add another can. Oh, that's not too much.
Too much, too much.
Yeah.
Get that last
Sissy's
one
just
on
back
there.
holding her shotgun, just going, he really is talented. I don't understand it.
And you realize you need like just that little bit of weight left, and you go and you kind of like hand up to the pearls, like, oh, this would be perfect. But then you look up at Sissy Joe, and you're like, oh, okay, no, I can't do that, and happen to have a half-eaten can that works out perfectly. Slowly, Maruha, remove your foot, and the plate stays engaged, and you can now step away from it.
Thank you, Beans.
You now have another good half, if not further, of the way to go, and very likely many more mines in the way.
Don't be tanking me. That'd only be 10% of my bean supply that I have on me, so I got plenty more beans where that'd be coming from.
That's only 10%?
How strong are you? How much does that pack weigh?
Don't worry about it, miss.
Oh,
You're carrying my weight in beans around, plus 90% more.
Keeps me strong.
if
And
if this
baffled by
is
you,
your
man.
specialty, can you like identify them? Can you tell us where more might be?
Yeah.
Are we kind of like? I just had a really bad visual. Do we have like reeds coming out? Like, are they concealed by like thick brush? Is that
The person?
the mine?
Oh,
the
mines.
Mine. Yeah.
In some spots, it's not like massively overgrown. It's more of a field, so they're just kind of, worked into the ground. Yeah.
So the mine that Maruha tripped, was that like just easily spottable if we just took our time? To
Yeah.
kind
If you definitely took time and searched for them, you'd be able to pick them out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, that or we could just take cans of beans and just start chucking them. And
That'd
like,
be
if we chuck it
unwise.
right in front of us, right? If it trips, we'd know.
But then we'd also get hit if it was right in front of us.
Well, we stay far enough back. I don't know how big these explosions are. I've never actually seen one of these go off.
They're pretty big, and I don't want bean can shrapnel coming from my jugular.
That's very fair. And also, you don't know how much of that your cute little critter'd eat.
Yeah, I don't want Sombra. Thanks for watching her, and I'll take her
Yeah,
back
oh.
and put her on my shoulder.
She was real nervous.
Yeah, she's
Loves her
She's
mama.
So, taking your time and take time being a mechanic of the backwater system allows you to spend at least 5 minutes attempting a task, taking your time to do so. And a couple options. You either receive a best of 2 modifier on the roll, or you would automatically succeed if the goal on that, the dice goal, is less than or equal to 11. This is higher than that, so you can take that advantage, that best of 2, and whoever would like can give a search roll.
Search.
to assess if there's more mines on the way to this body.
Search roll, yeah, to find them out. Yeah. Yep.
My search isn't stellar, but it's
I got a 15.
So Cecilia would like to volunteer to be spotting out them mines.
Go on, sister.
I'm real good at survive, but not so good at searching.
Well, by any means, go ahead. My eyes ain't what they used to be.
Yeah, Sister Cecilia is used to looking at tall grass and arrow, so she has like she's nearsighted, but she's got like her big ass bifocals on, so she can see, and she's like out of 15, so that I can land mines.
You got a
Got a
15,
15.
you said?
From a best of 2,
Oh, that's a 2.
Yeah, best of 2.
we're taking our sweet time, because
No, 15.
Do you want to call
Can I
to...
expend one of my divine grace?
Why not? Yeah, why not?
So I look around and I see like the scared faces of my companions, and I get really just like I start taking it personal. I know this trying to catch up person, and there
I
also
go to
might
clutch
be
my
somebody.
pearls, and they're not there.
Oh,
I see the lost look on Sissy Joe's face, and I clutch my Bible a little harder, and I say, "All right, here we go, Heavenly Sister, Heavenly Goddess. We know that you're here with us today. Show yourself." And I spend one of my health points so that I can roll.
I like to imagine that you get so devout that you sweat just a little bit of blood, and that's where the health point gets lost.
I think that's what happens because I got a nat 19 and I got some modifiers here.
A 19, you said?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
that's
got
plenty,
plus
so-
2, so that's a
okay.
1.
Awesome. Yeah, you begin to step forward and begin the search, but then you pause and you look within and look above and wait for that little bit of help, divine help, and it does the trick. And you can almost just sense them. It just feels like the sunlight kind of comes down and almost dots these different areas. And you seem to pick out everyone along the way. No concerns the rest of the way, especially knowing what you're looking for. And you then make it across the field, across that park field, and you do come upon this figure laying in the ground.
That was mighty impressive, sister. I was sweating like a sinner in church, but you sure came through. I thank you kindly.
Thank you for having my back, so to speak. I appreciate it, everyone.
Okay, Maruha, go ahead and do what you were planning to do in the first place, yeah?
Yep. Attempt number 2. Hopefully there's no mines over here. And I'll again say, I don't appreciate being tricked by your mines. You best stand up if you're alive.
And I cocked the shotgun.
Nice.
I already am standing, Maruha.
Still not talking to you, Beans, but I
Sinners and
appreciate
saints,
it.
Beans.
There's no response.
Alright, I'll go over and I'll...
You can see that the individual is like they didn't purposely lay down. They are
Okay.
face down. Yeah.
Look, we're all nervous. I'll go over and I'll roll them over.
You come toward them, and you immediately do see there's blood slashes in his clothing. You roll them over, and you do immediately recognize Blake Watson. There are gashes, bite marks all over his body, and he comes over and go ahead and roll, Maruha. Let's do a resolve roll. This kind of puts you off.
And this is one I have to roll
Roll
my
under,
resolve score, yes? All right.
Do we all see him from where we are, or is he too far away?
Yeah, no, you've all gone up to where they are as a group, yeah.
I rolled an 18, so I failed that roll.
Okay, so just take 1 point of duress.
All right.
So
I
reduces.
put my hand on Beans' shoulder. Brother Beans, I'm so sorry for your loss. Find comfort in her bosom.
That be me boy.
I know. Gone too soon.
Okay,
I'll say it
whatever, I'm
first.
over it.
You
Don't
really
even
had a
know
beautiful
this
family.
man. Don't even know this man.
Maru, as you do roll this individual over that you do recognize as Blake, there is also this kind of rolled up, it's smashed, of course, but parchment paper that seemed to, it kind of looked like it was stuck underneath his front vest. It's just exposed out.
Pull it out.
Pull that out, and it looks to be a map. It shows a map of the ruins, which you would know is beyond the tangle.
Yeah.
And there is an X marking a location of a building in that part of the area.
Ooh.
You also notice on the back side of that paper are 6 numbers. 1, 9, 4, 3, 1, 1, followed by the pound sign. Hashtag for you kids in the audience.
Hashtag.
I'm real sorry. I'm not real good with numbers. This is Kay, the player, speaking, and you said those real fast.
Oh, no, don't you worry. It was 1, 9,
1 pound.
4, 3, 1, Juan. Hashtag. I think.
Can I quietly say, sorry, fella? And then I'm going to search him. I'm going to search his body for anything else.
Give me a
he
search
has.
roll.
Okie dokie.
Oh, poor Blake.
I'm just gonna
Poor
keep
Blake.
scanning the area because I see these bite marks and they look mighty vicious, and I don't want any surprises coming up on
Sissy
us.
Joe, give me an assess roll, please.
I really should put more into assess. I put a lot into survive.
17.
I don't trust any of these.
Nice, Maruha. So you go and begin searching the fallen Blake Watson, and you do find. Go ahead and roll. Do you have 4 d6s there?
Yep.
46 coin.
Ooh.
You find 2 flares and a computer kit.
I automatically passed the computer kit off to Sissy Joe. I ain't got no need for this, but I reckon you might.
This is mighty exciting. I thank you.
Todd, do you mind if I use my Spelunker passive, Fortune Seeker? When you find a hidden trove of treasure, you make a luck roll. On a success, you get some extra stuff.
Yeah. Does it say specifically what, or is it just? Probably.
An additional 3d6 coin or loot worth 3d6 coin.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Sure.
in Backwater, for a situation like this, make a luck roll, and every character predetermines if your luck is even or odd. So, Beans will roll a d20, and yours is...
It's odd.
Odd. So, looking for an odd number.
Got a 5. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
Nice.
So, yeah, what was the... You said extra 3d6?
3d6 coin or 3d6 loot worth of gold of material. I'm gonna just go for the coin just to make it easier.
Okay. If you want to take time and look through some items, do that as well. So, I guess roll to kind of see what that value comes out to be.
Sure. For now, it's gonna be 9. 9G.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to
I
take a
got
peek at some of the
16
gear. 16. All right.
And I did a 15 assess.
Assess,
I finally
all right.
didn't roll like shit.
All right. So you look about. You notice these marks on the individual there, Sissy Joe, and you recognize right away. You've heard of these stories. Maybe you've seen one, but you've definitely heard the tales of these horrific creatures called gores. And
Lord, I do not like the sound of that.
very likely, this is what happened, and they mauled Blake Watson, took him down. And coincidentally, you hear their snarling growl from deep within the tangle as you're coming to this information. You can also see footprints, disturbed vegetation leading up to the corpse. Looks like this individual was running away, likely from these creatures.
Do I know? Are they is it one big one? Do they hunt in packs? Is it how do these critters function?
So they often will, be in groups. Could be as little as few as 2, but 2, 3 at a time. And anyone else that might be familiar with them. Gores are these kind of large, little bit hunched over humanoids that look to not have any skin. But you would know that their skin is actually thin and translucent, which exposes the muscles and innards.
All right, y'all, I got some bad news. I know what took these things down, and there's some nearby. So, you got anything? You might want to be using to fight? Might be good to get it out and get it ready.
I will say, everyone else other than Sissy Joe, make a resolve roll as you hear about these gores. You have to roll under your resolve score.
That'd be a failure on my end.
Okay.
I succeeded.
Very nice. All right. Sister and Beans, 1 point of duress. So your resolve goes down by 1.
Well, 4 of us, 5 of us, including little old Sombra here.
Yeah.
But before we venture even further, I think it'd be best if, as I look down at Blake's body, that we be giving this poor fella a proper burial, yeah?
I'd normally agree, but do we really have that time? And we don't know when these things are going to come for us.
Horse will make use of him no matter what, whether he's in the ground or on it.
Sissy Joe, give
There's-
me a lore nature roll,
Or nature.
please.
Oh, that's a natural 19, but a -1. So that's
Awesome.
18.
Awesome. So you know that thin, translucent skin is very sensitive, and they don't often come out in the daylight. They will, but they generally
Alright.
will hunt around at night. But it is
Alright.
pressing into the late afternoon.
So these things, they really don't like the sun. I don't want to spook anyone in case you haven't, heard tale, but they do have skin. It's creepy. You see through it, those little fish. It's kind of like that. But they don't like to come out in the sunlight. So, but they will start making a move, come dusk. So I don't want to stay here too long. Maybe could we circle back? We got to come back this way, right? Is that? I don't know, sisters. Is that an affront to God? Protecting lives first, right? You are muted, sister.
Sister having a hard time hearing you.
Protecting yourself. That's important because you're the one who's living. Unfortunately, we can't do much for Brother Blake here other than, hopefully we'll circle back, give him a nice burial. I'll say some words now, give him a proper send-off. But as Kin Maruha had said, she will take him back into her earth and make good use of him in the afterlife. So I say we should maybe get a move on. Do you think we might be able to get the drop on these creatures since it's nice and sunny out still, or?
I reckon we should make haste. I mean, best case we can get out of their territory before they jump us, but I can't say I'm terribly optimistic about that.
Perchance.
They do tend to hunt in packs, so keep an eye out, and if you see one in front, maybe check behind.
I got a flare. We can bring the light with us into the dark jungle.
Oh.
Not jungle, forest.
But we best be going now.
Yeah.
You all alone go ahead and make your way. I'll just be a couple paces behind.
Alright.
Marura, you have the map, yeah?
Yeah, I got it.
But how far does it seem until we get to that building over there?
Not terribly far. Todd, how far does it seem?
So I mean, you know that the tangle stretches, like call it left and right miles, right? But the thickness of it is, it's still a decent trek from one side to the other, but depending on what's in there and what you have to get through, and then immediately after that will be the ruins, and then it's in there. So, if things go well, could maybe be only an hour or two or so. Just depends.
Yeah. A couple hours at least, but we got a flare. I can light our way if it starts getting dark.
Have a lantern as well I could give you.
Got
I have one of those fancy electric lights, hand torches. I
I
think
don't
you call
trust
them
'em.
beans.
I've got me shiny gold teeth here as I open up my teeth and they're just like 1, 2, 3 teeth just down. And a lot of
Very
gum.
shiny. Very.
Those
And
beans
didn't
on
you
the
say
yellow
I
treats
looked like
me.
I was all fancy? You got gold in your teeth?
Let's be
How
fake
you
gold.
affording that? Oh.
Why do them actually just be a corn kernel?
That I'm not sure that's entirely hygienic, but if it makes you happy, I love that for you.
Well, anyway, just go ahead and go. Keep going. I'll just be a minute behind. I have to take a giant poopy.
Alright. I'll lead the way then.
All that fiber, yeah, that like. Thank you, Maruha.
Don't
Don't worry. If you can't find me, you'll be here at my tootin'. You just come running over.
Musical fruit, rat. All right.
Okay. And as they head off, Bean's gonna go over to Blake's body, and I would like to assume there's like some sort of like sad-looking willow tree that kind of looks very nice and beautiful from a distance, and I'm gonna just drag his body over and just lay it sitting up against the base of the trunk. Sorry this happened to you there, poor boy. But I wish we had time to give you a proper burial. But since Sissy Joe be thinking that you shouldn't be down underneath the earth after you passed, I don't think she'll be needing these no more. As I go ahead and just take off my pearl necklace and put it around Blake's neck. And I kind of just like sweep his hair off to the side and make him look a little bit more presentable. Close his eyelids. On to the next one, yeah. See you then. And I run back over towards the group.
Have an adrenaline point for that. Beautiful. You catch back up as the others are nearing very close to the entrance of the Tangle. The Tangle, this peculiar anomaly sprouted here in the midst of the city, making it incredibly difficult to reach the relatively unexplored ruins on the other side. A jungle of umbrella-like leaves and ropey vines smother the streets and buildings that once existed below it in a time before. Once spacious roadways now crowded with vegetation and sickly-looking flowers. As you make those first steps in, what you've seen from the outside seems to multiply. It is dense, it is thick, it is challenging to get through. Who would like to take lead?
I ain't bad at surviving, but if anyone else is better at it, you can take the lead.
There are more of them traps in there. I mean, considering them gores, they might not have the intellect to know such mechanisms, so we're dealing with a much more intellectual threat around the area. I'm fine leading the way, but I take one little, punch to the jaw, I'm gonna be right out. In case there's more traps, I'm willing to do it. It's fine. Unless anyone else is feeling a little bit more brave.
What about we put you and the sister in the back, and Sissy Joe and I try and look our way through?
I only got so many beans. I think that's the wise option. I don't want to be putting beans on every single thing.
No, I was thinking we should keep you in the back because you have so many beans. Downwind and
point.
all.
Sure. But you hear anything or say anything suspicious, you call me right over, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
This right here is me element. These types of things.
Marua, were you taking lead?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, so be a survive roll. Are you slow and steady, or is there some urgency about it?
I think slow and steady's alright for now.
Okay.
Yeah? Do we all agree?
Better to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make that with a best of 2 modifier, as you do take the extra time to be cautious, and though it will take time, I feel it might be the better option.
It's cocked. 13.
13? Okay.
Not awesome, but not
Okay. It takes some time. Terrain is difficult to navigate, but you begin to find your pace, working through the heavy vegetation, and through. Every once in a while, you hear a low growl off in the distance, similar to what you heard before. Very likely those gores out on the hunt. But even in the dense jungle, the dense forest here, the light of day still penetrates and provides you some comfort. You continue on, working through, and you see a small, looks to be an animal among leaves and tall grass. Looks to be a little fawn, drinking from a pool of water. Your approach alerts the animal, and it lifts its head up, revealing not 1, but 2 heads sticking above its neck.
Oh.
Clearly a result of the end. Fallout from the end. It lets out this high-pitched but threatening growl as it stares at each of you. Everyone make a resolve roll, please.
And it's your current resolve.
Yes,
not your
current,
met-
yep.
Okay.
I got a 3, so I'm okay.
Awesome.
America.
Man, that is another failure on my end, so.
Failure
Okay.
here as well.
Yeah, I'm not doing so hot with this. It was real cute. I wanted it to be real cute.
Yeah.
So, everyone, Sissy Joe, did you roll?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did not.
Okay.
No.
So, everyone roll 1d4.
1d4.
If you
No.
failed, take that. Sister, I know you succeeded, so take half. 1d4 duress.
Okay, well, it was 1.
Okay, so, yeah, minimum of 1.
Think we
Everything
can
here
eat
looks
the
like
meat on
my
that
forest
farm.
back home, but it ain't my forest back home, and it's showing.
I
Your
ain't never had a deer growl at me before.
I can't say I have either. I've seen plenty of them. Not like that.
It stands there staring. Waiting.
Hello there, little little...
It bolts away. As soon as you call out to it, it flees.
I pull out Betsy and I just have my shotgun ready because this ain't right.
Yeah.
It's just a little deer.
Little things often have parents. It's like normally, like even in creepy woods, right? There's animals and there's sounds of like birds and insects. Was that here? And if so, before, has that stopped? I'd like to know if that stops.
No, you do hear,
Okay.
you know, in this blighted forest, you do hear the sounds of what you assume to be these animals and other creatures that do still exist within the thick forests. You continue on with by Marua's guidance, maybe keeping extra attention out for other strange creatures. Every once in a while, another little growl in the distance. You then arrive in front of this massive sinkhole that seems to just emerge within the tangle. As you come forward, it seems to spread as far as you can see. Must be 25 feet across, and it feels miles wide. As you get to the edge of that and look down, you can't see a bottom. It seems surprisingly deep, as if the earth just once swallowed the city whole. Some of you may have heard about this. Drunken tales of tap houses. This is the Maw.
Hear about it, but seeing it in person, it's right different.
Kind of beautiful and terrifying way.
You think
Anyone else
God just
feel the
got
urge to
hungry?
Jump?
It reminds me of the endlessness of her love.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and take a can of beans, walk over to the edge, drop it.
Lean over, listen.
You head over and you watch it fall 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet. Splash. You see the can hit into liquid, water, something, and you see it splash up and then ripple out in through there. And you realize that it is potentially not bottomless, but it is full of water that is so crystal dark that it looks endless.
Does it look like the sides are traversable?
Like down the banks?
Yeah, like down and up.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you could find some spots. Some of them are easier than others, but yes.
I don't know how anyone's feeling about this, but I can climb down, swim across, climb out, tie the rope on either side, and y'all can just shimmy your way across. Unless anyone has a better idea.
Can we see?
There might be
is-
all manner of creatures in that water. I don't think it's safe for you to just go down by yourself.
Well, you ain't wrong, but what else are we gonna do?
Can we see that can of bean? Like, did it like hit the water and move? Is it like float? Like, can we see how strong a current it seems to be?
There's not really a current, no, and that because I
Okay.
think there's no current, and I think that plays into the illusion. You know, it's so still water that
Right.
you know it looked like it was just that deep hole. You know, and that hits in, and it does seem that the can has just sunk away. You lose sight of it.
Is there any like trees or boulders just immediately on the other side of this 20 to 25 foot gap on the opposite side?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely on both sides.
So say that again, Moroha. You were planning to do what again? Go down there into that darkness.
Yep, go down in the darkness, swim across, climb out, tie it off, y'all can shimmy your way across. I'm not a fan of this plan. I'm just trying to think of something we can do. Because otherwise
Well.
we're gonna be walking in here, and who knows what else is gonna be here. The mall is massive.
I might have something here in me rucksack that might do the trick. As I, clamber and I look through all of my possessions, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Spelunker's action. I have just the thing, and I'm gonna look for a grappling hook.
Yeah.
So I have to make a luck roll.
Okay, going for odd.
Going for odd here. 17. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's not the best quality. It's a shoddy equivalent of this item. It will fall apart after 1 day.
Okay.
And I just pull it out. Ugh. This thing here got me through a lot.
I don't know how you do it. I'm blown away. Honestly, I was skeptical when we all turned in together, but
It smells
damn.
just like how I remembered it there, Maruha. I would use this to grapple onto beehives and yank them down during the summer season.
That's about what I was expecting.
But I'm not too good at throwing this thing anymore. Maruha, you have the muscles. You think you could maybe throw it over there on that tree?
I might could get it across, unless anyone else would rather try.
What kind of roll would this be? Do we...
So, I know I'm looking it up because there's an item called the grapnel.
Grapnel?
Grapnel, like a grappling hook.
Look, but it's made of shrapnel.
And so it's you will. Sorry. I think you'll make an ranged attack roll with it to find it. So a grappling hook connected to a 50-foot rope. You make a ranged attack roll, DG 12, and to hook it into a ledge or object 20 feet wide. So you have 20 feet is the standard distance. If you're going beyond 20 feet, you have a worst of 2 modifier.
Are we just making it with the 20?
It's past. It's
gotta be
25.
25, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my range isn't great, but I got some.
Yeah, my range.
Spent a lot of time shooting.
My range is fair.
I can do it if we have this rope gun thing. I can do it too.
And you perhaps could
Is this a
utilize
place
some
where I can
help
use
from
an
Sister.
adrenaline point?
Sorry, say that again.
Is this a position where we could use an adrenaline point?
To probably cancel that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll take a shot at it.
Okay.
I believe. Sister, give Maruha some guidance,
This one? This one?
We lose this thing, there's no way we're getting past them all,
This one?
Maruha, in a past life, I was an archer, a mighty fine one, if I might say so myself. Go ahead and visualize what you want on the other side. Visualize your great reward, and you shall receive. And if not, I'll give you a little divine grace.
Thank you, sister. $18.
Hell yeah.
Oh!
You
She is
hold this
good.
contraption before you, and it's got the rope kind of loosely spooled next to you, and it has that grappling hook, and it's pretty crude. You pack it in and prepare it, and just look, and you see this. You see this boulder there that you hoping to launch just past it, dig into the ground, and then allow that boulder to help, and it flies across. You see the rope just waver behind you, hoping, goes down, and it hits a little bit of a tink as it hits the ground. And then the rope falls. But once you pull that rope and pull it snug, it feels very taut.
Sister, we may be having to have some kind of religious talk here sometime in the future, but I appreciate the help. Beans, you made a mighty fine contraption here, my friend.
Well, hold on, we're not done yet. Still got to tie this off here on our end. I'm gonna go to my bag, pull out some pitons, and smack it into the ground and kind of tie
Okay.
and cut off the
There would
rope.
be trees nearby as well too.
I'll just go and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, because the rope is, I think, was 50 feet long. So yeah, absolutely
Totally.
able to do that. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably
All right.
biggest. I should test it first, or should I go last?
Oh.
I'm 95 pounds soaking wet, so if anyone's not gonna set it off, it's gonna be me.
Yeah. Why don't y'all go first, so that way my big boneness will finish
And
it off at the end.
If I start falling, y'all can hopefully just like pull that rope right on back.
Yes, ma'am.
Sombra gonna be going with you there, Maruha.
She is.
Oh, I don't think so. She might get a little spook there on your shoulder.
Oh, she's tougher than she looks.
Okay. It's a block then. Who going first?
I will.
Okay.
And yeah. I'm assuming
Is it aptitude or athletics?
Well, wait, you not a
could
characteristic.
I be a little
it would
fancy
be
about it and maybe do a
attributes.
stunt?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead and make a stunt roll.
All right. I'm so afraid of all my dice.
I know.
Okay, that's a 17 plus 1, so that's an 18.
Fantastic. You shimmy down into this off the edge there, and holding that rope. And how you crawl? You know, backwards crawl or?
Oh yeah, I assume I just
Yep.
hack one, heel up, and then the other, and just kind of
And pull yourself
shimmy
backwards.
my way across.
Yeah. So you do so, and you feel maybe surprised that the rope feels quite sturdy, and you get your way across. You know, it sags a little bit in the middle, but not to any worrying degree, and you make it across. Then climb yourself up onto the other side.
I get a tiny bit of that like jitters at the end, and I'm like, "That was mighty impressive, y'all. That was a good job. You come on across. It's fine. It's fine."
Well done, Sister Joe.
Sister Cecilia, it's either you or me, and I do have to say I am feeling a bit nervous traversing this mall. I've had quite a bad dream about it, you know. I've heard about these.
Why don't you go ahead and take your time, Brother Beans, just in case you need it. And
No.
in case you break some nervous wind, I'm not right up next to you.
I'm just going to go for it.
You got this, Brother Beans. I'll be here for you. I'll be watching you. And I take out my bow and arrow, like I'm gonna be able to kind of like get an arrow through him before he goes down, like to pin him.
I'm gonna go and use an adrenaline point for this roll.
Okay.
Nice. 18 minus 1 for a 17.
Yeah, that definitely does it. Same thing. You get on there, and,
Yeah.
and maybe all the nerves do wash away, and you just hurry across.
Yeah, I go ahead and I apply grease to my rifle, and I kind of like you know, glide onto the rope, and I'm like hanging off and having fun, and I
Surprised at the speed that Beans is able to cross this, wondering if maybe there's a little propulsion from his intake.
I rush to try to catch him at the end so he doesn't like smack nose first into that tree.
I just like, bump into Sissy Joe.
And I weigh nothing, so I probably go back like 3 feet.
Okay, it's not too bad. Sister Cecilia, Maruha.
Sister, anything I can do for you before you cross?
Sister has been it's the second that the sister sees that Beans is across, I kind of sit there and I pray, and I come to when Maruha looks at me, and I look at them and I say, yes, Kenai will be all right. I've got her on my side. I've got you fine people traveling with me. Today is going to be a good day. And I jump onto the I'm little, I'm like 5 foot nothing, and I kind of grab on, and you guys could see me, like I'm not coordinated at all, and like I have to catch my glasses a couple of times because like the rope is swaying and I'm trying to, like, all my robes and everything are everywhere. So finally I just kind of like tie him in a knot and like throw him over one shoulder, and underneath I'm wearing like regular dungarees. I have like a regular ass outfit on underneath, and I go backwards as best I can. And when I finally get to the other side, like I just fall onto the ground on my knees and I give another prayer. The sister does not like heights, unless they're the heights of her lord.
And finally,
Okay.
as you see the three others on the other side, Maruha, with your raccoon
I'm
crawled
gonna
up
tuck
your
her into
back.
my shirt
Okay.
so that her little head's poking out the buttons, and I'll swing my way under. Mom would be shitting a brick if she saw me doing this. Good God. And I try and shimmy my way over as well.
Go ahead and give me a luck roll.
Ooh.
Todd! Oh, no.
And your luck, remind us, is
is even.
even.
Got 14.
Even, okay.
I am unlucky. I feel like I need to remind you that I
Stop
took the
reminding
unlucky.
You didn't need to remind me.
Allegra.
I know.
Maruha's
I-
unlucky, and with that, as the GM, I can force a failure of a luck roll.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna. I wanted to make you squirm.
He's gonna save it for
I mean,
something.
if you would have
worse.
I
failed,
was
you would
gonna
have
say,
failed. But
listen to Kay. Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
not
Right.
yet if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, that was. I just want to remind you.
Yeah.
That this
I hold
can.
your life in my hand like a tiny little bird, and I could squash it at any moment.
you make it across, and even your pet jumps out and seems to be very appreciative of being on the ground. The four of you look back, and you notice something because of the clearness of the water. You look back, and there's a strangeness of something in the water seems to like come up and rise, and you realize it's the can of beans. But you can tell right away, like the label, or if there's any labeling on it, it is deteriorated. Seems that the water has definitely eroded this can of beans quite rapidly. It would not have been a good idea to jump in.
That really is bean water now.
Saved my hide twice today.
Ah, heck, we gotta cross this to get back.
That's a problem for future us, Sissy Joe.
Yeah, just don't like it none.
What a waste of beans.
I need more, don't worry.
Maruha, collecting yourself, resuming your survival duties, your leadership duties once again. And the four of you continue to make your way through the tangle, seeing that things begin to slowly open up. And it opens suddenly wide up to a seemingly unending series of intersecting streets, sprawled before you. Some of the streets seem to lead to dead ends, others go in circles. A little bit up above as you look down, you can see this labyrinth. Paths distinguishable only by the abandoned construction vehicles of the old world, which lie dead on every other street corner. You look out and reference your map, find the general direction of where you need to go to get into that building in the ruins. With that, I'm going to take a quick break. Fantastic stuff, everyone, so far. Bounce House, thank you so much for being here with us. This has been amazing. Such a good time. I hope you are enjoying this with us as well. We are going to take a quick break, 10 minutes, be here 45 after the hour. So take a break with us, come back, and then we'll finish off the story, see if the gang can find what they're looking for in the ruins. And of course, give away that copy of Backwater. Super excited. So, see you all very soon. Hello, everyone. We are back for more Backroads. Hope you are all back with us. Amazing first half. And let's dive in. So we left off as our crew, our scavers, had made their way through from the village, coming across to Blake Watson, who unfortunately came to his end. It's likely the hands of these monstrous creatures called gores. You then traverse the very dense and dangerous tangle, crossing the maw with some ingenuity and luck of Beans' grapnel. And trekking the rest of the way, you come out to an opening as it opens to this labyrinth of what is the ruins. Just a maze of old leftover buildings and streets and connected alleys. You know the general direction of where you need to go, based on the map that you took from Blake. But it's still a matter of getting there. The day does carry on, way on, and it's getting closer and closer to the evening. Knowing that these creatures, these gores, likely will come out at night, more prevalent, you're against the clock. But you do have a decision here. Do you move quickly, or do you take your time?
Todd, before we, as a group, make a decision, could I use potentially Beans' urban expert passive, where if I make a lore urban roll, I can determine the layout of a city, shortcut or safe route, or the potential location of a building or goods, and I have a best of 2 modifier.
Absolutely.
Now listen, everyone. I think I came here as a child before it all went loose. This was maybe 35 years ago. It's not what I remember it, but there's still parts of it that I still remember. Let's see. Uy. One of those a natural one. So let's see here. It's gonna be a 16.
Yeah, that's great. You do, whether it was this recollection of maybe a time when you came through here, and then also just being familiar with urban areas and structures, and you can kind of pick out a few things that be like, okay, that's probably that place, that's probably, this is that. And that structure, generally carries on from city to city, and you know the best way to navigate around that. So that will then grant your crew, if you want to move a little quicker, it'll be a straight roll rather than the penalty. Or you can still remain taking your time and have a best of 2. But this will be another survive roll to navigate towards your destination.
Will this be a group check, or is this going to be someone leads?
Yeah,
situation?
just one person to take that. Yep.
I am a little more comfortable in these spaces than you. If you'd like me to try and take the lead on this.
That might be wise.
Sure.
We need to move
I
with
can
some
give a
haste
tip.
if we don't want to.
But,
Unless you think you want to lead this, Beans. You seem to know this place.
No, I know of cities. I've been through many, but
All right.
This is your area of expertise for sure.
Well, let's see. That is a 15. That's a 13 plus 2.
Absolutely. You, along with the help of
Plus
your
3.
counterpart.
16.
Awesome, yeah. You all, the 4 of you, continue to navigate through this just winding maze of buildings and streets and alleyways, and you can see that just time has really, paid its toll to this area. The land is overgrown. There's just dirt and dust, and things are dilapidated. But eventually you do come and find the building that you are after. It stands small, seemingly well-preserved 1-story building. Pretty unassuming. Of course, you notice that it looks like there's not really any, there's not a lot of windows, just a few. And those that are there have iron bars on them. But that's maybe an obstacle for another time, as the first obstacle is the heavy barbed wired fence that lines the entire perimeter, it seems.
Sister Cecilia, you be thinking maybe this be a church or a temple? From the looks of it, I don't really go to temple or to church that often. Is this what it all is?
Would I need to
Barbed
roll?
wire?
Would I need to roll religion to know?
I would say no. It does not look like a building that would be either. any sort
know,
of religious
Brother
If
beliefs.
it is, if this is a church, I don't want to be going here.
Brother Beans, the church is all around us. We can worship anywhere. That's the miracle of her love.
Oh.
That being said, why don't you use your holy talents? Do you have a shovel or something so we can go underneath this fence, this barbed wire fence, like the wires and the barbs that were around her brow as she died?
You
For our
know,
sins.
Is that how she died?
The Holy Mother, it's all right. You don't have to worry about it. That's not your path,
Shovel.
Maruha.
Unfortunately, I don't be having a shovel with me.
You also would notice that it's concrete, sidewalks and streets, asphalt, so it'd probably be pretty difficult to initially crack through that layer.
Is there any kind of like gate that I can see that I could maybe try to force open?
So you see from your view, if you want to scan the perimeter, walk around the perimeter, you can see if there's anything, in that regard. It's a decently tall fence. The barbed wire is there, of course, so climbable, but you have to deal with that obstacle as well. But yeah, Sissy Joe, if you want to wander around and take a peek.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to look around, see if anyone wants to walk with me, because like Mom always said, buddy system.
Oh, we'll all go together. Sure.
That's right, strength in numbers.
Body system. I like that term. That means we're bodies.
So,
Beans, where? Are you missing something?
Don't be talking about my teeth like that.
I'm
You know
not
I'm
talking about your
self-conscious
teeth.
about
I'm
me
talking
being.
about. I trusted you with something very important to me, and I got a little raccoon that's just real upset about this too.
Bro.
I sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you take them off? I mean, I told you they looked real
Oh,
nice
my-
on you.
I'm wearing a shirt, Sissy Joe. What are you talking about?
Y'all, am I losing my dang mind?
Is this really what we want to be focusing on right now, with Gores after us?
I don't know what you're on about, Sissy Joe. What are you talking about?
I understand, but Sissy Joe is missing a mighty important piece of jewelry. You see, that's her wealth. The wealth her mama gave her.
I mean, they're fake, but they're still like sentimental. They weren't.
It is your wealth of love, Sissy Joe.
Also, don't tell my mom I told you it was fake. She'll beat my ass. Like, it won't be all right. I'll get a whooping 6 ways from Sunday.
I'm still afraid of your mama.
Aren't you?
Different ways, I suppose. Different ways. I'm bigger than my mama, so she can't hit me.
Oh, even if my mama was smaller than me, no, she'd still. A mama whooping, nothing like a mama whooping, especially with the sandal.
Gotta have a holy respect for the Holy Mother. Yes, ma'am.
Sissy Joe, you didn't trust me with that pearl of that necklace pearl thing. I do remember. I must have lost it at some time. I'm so sorry. You know what I think it was? When we were back over there near the park, that taco fella, they were eyeing that necklace. And then
They
maybe when we were
did.
walking off.
Aka. You had it after that, I thought. I thought I saw the light glitting off of it after we talked to Taka.
Beans, go ahead and make a deceive roll, and Sissy Joe, make a intuition roll.
No, I'm gonna use an adrenaline. Can I use an adrenaline point
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I'm going to as well because of my mama's pearls, y'all.
Those monsters are gonna eat us alive.
Oh
I
yeah.
know. Where's my intuition?
I'll fill
That's a
everyone up
17
with,
plus
with
3.
one adrenaline as well, by the way, for a great, strong ending there. Sorry, Sissy Joe, what was that?
That's a 17 plus 3.
20?
I am
okay.
also at a dirty 20.
Okay.
Plus 3 as well.
I don't know, a tiebreaker here.
Roll it again.
Nope. Beans, roll luck.
Haha, okay. Totally, so that's gonna be an odd value here. Let's see what we got here. It's a 12.
Okay. Sissy Joe, you get wrapped up in this story, in this tale, and you just can't believe it. Your pearls, that kid at the camp, why would they do this? But then, maybe it was like, Maruha just kind of seems to mutter to themselves, and then you just, at the last second, see through it and realize that, wait a second, no, that's not what happened.
Beans, I thought you were nice. Why would you... I thought we was friends.
I'm sorry, Sissy Joe, but you're mistaken. We were never going to be friends. Look at what you're wearing. Look at your hair. I'm from the slums. I grew up poor. Meanwhile, you over there on your side of the city, sitting on your regal pillows and eating mangoes all day.
Beans, I don't think you know much about me, and I'm right offended. I'm working class. I've worked every day in my life. Any bit of coin I have, I worked hard, and I negotiated hard for it. And if you're judging me because of my looks, then I don't think I would like to be your friend, sir. That's not very gentlemanly of you.
We came here for an expedition. We don't have to leave here being friends at all.
Just glad
What?
I know your true colors.
You want your
Walk off
pearls
to go find the way in.
If you be wanting your pearls back, they be on Blake Weston's body.
Did you place him there for comfort, Brother Beans?
Excuse my temperament there, Maruha, Sister Cecilia. But I just want everyone to be treated with some sort of decorum. And just when you didn't give Mr. Blake the burial, it just made me upset in one way or another. I apologize. But we have a mission to do.
Didn't say
Can't
we
be-
weren't gonna bury him later. We just said we couldn't do it now.
And be having them gores get to him as we depart. We'll see.
Sister Joe, we did say that we need to round back, so I can perform a holy burial for him, and we can just take those right off, right before we put the last bit of silt on his face. Nothing to
Grave
worry about,
robbing.
Sister Joe.
Grave robbing, I like to see it. Wouldn't be my first time either.
Ain't grave robbing.
But okay, let's go for this walk then.
She
So-
just kind of strides off to the side, and as y'all approach, she wipes her eyes quick. It's like, right, so there's got to be a gate in here. I'm sure of it. Let's
You take a good
do
while
this.
searching the perimeter. Sissy Joe, go ahead and make a search roll, please.
Okay, so we are back to the problem of a fuzzy butt. Okay, search. So one of my abilities is if I don't have a modifier in it, because I am industrious, is I can make any roll I don't have any proficiency points into a best of 2.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go right ahead and do that right now.
Yeah. Is that
Kind
like
of good.
per session thing? What?
I can do it equal to the number of my which one is it? Number of times per long rest equal to my log. Yeah. So
Awesome.
this is my only one till we take a nap, but this seems
Okay.
like an important one. And that gives me a 16 minus 1, so 15.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's no obvious holes in this fence. There's not.
There's no gate? How do they get in?
There is a gate in the back, but it's securely locked down and wouldn't be easy to get through. But you do eventually find, you see in this fencing here, something in the pattern of the weave looks off. And you go up to that, and then you notice that a hole was cut. So someone went and did cut through the links, and the flap is still there, but it was a pretty clean cut, so it kind of laid back where it was, and but then you find that. So there was a way to pull that up and head in.
All right, Sissy Joe, we got this. All right, I think I found a way in, y'all. And I kind of pull the thing back. Might be a little hard for you to get in. It's not the biggest cut, but you can squeeze, right, Maruha?
I can shimmy.
All right. I'll hold it way back.
Appreciate it. I'll stuff my way through first, and then I'll hold it open for the rest of them.
Sister goes through, and like all my robes and stuff get caught, and I kind of like fall through, really just not very gracefully at all, and then I stand up really embarrassed.
Seeing
Sister, give me a
Cecilia's-
luck roll, please.
2.
Is that are you even?
Even.
Okay, you're good. You get snagged a little bit, but nothing too significant, luckily.
Maruha mutters under their breath about, oh, it must have been her will too.
Seeing Sister Cecilia's robes get tangled in, that kind of gives Beans an idea. I'm gonna go ahead and just study the perimeter of that cut to see if there's any sort of like fibers, blood, any sort of like residue or smell to kind of give a hint as to see if this was fresh, an indicator of who went through this hole, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a specific skill you're arguing for with that?
No. I don't.
Okay. So go ahead and make an assess roll.
Sure. -1. Okay. 11 plus 1 for a 12.
Okay. So going back a little bit on my earlier description here, it still seems, clean, but you realize that it wasn't cut by tools. This looks to be cut maybe by something else, maybe kind of ripped through by claws or something, perhaps.
Oh, hell no. Okay. Everybody? This thing wasn't done by no ordinary human blade. There might be some claw things up ahead, so be mindful, yeah?
Sister Joe, Ken Maruha, y'all know what did this? Can you take a closer look? Do you have any knowledge? I know you're one with the forest, Ken. Can you look? Please, inside yourself.
I'll take a crack at it. Can I look and see if there's any kind of animal that I might know about?
Yeah.
That would have torn through?
You're trying to assess like what did it?
Yeah. Or maybe can I tell if it was like a claw or a bite?
Yeah, go ahead and give me you have, I think, lore nature you had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, 16.
Nice. Yeah, it looks more like a claw, not a bite. It'd be a little weird for something to, kind of bite around, because the cuts are pretty connected and whatnot. You can see where some of the chain, like, it bends down together, so a bite's probably going to be individually, or like probably a sharp claw went down and across and whatnot, so.
Gotta be something strong to claw through that, though. Something big.
Don't reckon I'd like to tangle with it, but don't know that we're gonna have a lot of choice.
Well, we best be heading in. If that's what that did to that fence, they might be, tearing up the tech inside, so let's head inside, yeah?
Just one sec, forget sister, and I just don't take that turn, and I kind of wipe some pats of dirt off her butt when she fell.
Thank you there. Want to look my heavenly best, especially as we're going into the mouth of the beast.
Don't gotta be sloppy,
And before we make any more movement, I'm gonna go ahead. Beans is gonna go ahead and take out a bear trap and set it on the ground right by the hole, and cover it with some dirt to kind of conceal it. If there are more of these things, or if it's trying to escape, don't want it to be coming and going, yeah. So just remember, this is here.
I shield Sombra's eyes from the bear trap. Don't let it get you. Not again.
With that set, you head towards the building, and you see this door there sitting on the side. Head towards that and check it, but unfortunately it is locked.
Know how to pick locks?
Is it like
Of course you do.
a lock, or is it like a swipey old-time techie lock?
No, more traditional.
Beans, you're up.
Okay then. I'm gonna go ahead and just start to pick the lock with my locksmith thing. You know, I always have an assistant when I pick these locks. Someone mind massaging me shoulders as I pick the lock. It's I get my shoulders get really tense when I'm picking the lock. You know.
I'll put Sombra on his back and tell her to just make little raccoon biscuits.
Little biscuits on the shoulder. Oh, you know, I do like a good Swedish massage from time to time. Very good. I might just roll in just a locksmith roll.
Locksmith roll, yes.
Ay. Nah, that's gonna be a 9 with all the modifiers.
Okay. You work at the lock and you feel like you're getting there, but unfortunately, you know, you hear something snap. You feel like you've loosened it, but you haven't gotten it all the way. Maybe
Is it broken off inside?
Maybe it's broken enough that you could just brute force it, but
Is the lock itself jammed? Because I could also take a go at it if the lock isn't jammed.
Well, Dan broke me pick here, so can't really do it anymore. So someone else has to come up with a better idea. As I walk away, Sombra, your massages be too tough.
Girl,
Get off me.
tuck her under my vest. I mean, I can try and just break it with the flat of my hatchet.
Is the pick like broken off inside the lock and we can't make a second attempt, or
no, you could try again. Yeah, you just
well, let me give it a go.
Go ahead, Sissy Joe.
This isn't my best, but do have some skill in it. That's a natural 20.
nice. Yeah, you get up there and you start picking away at it, and you realize that there is some components in here that have loosened and maybe broke, but you think there's plenty still to salvage. And yeah, you just work around that issue, and
This old world stuff's just so cool.
and it just clicks right open. And
Can you imagine
grab
the kind of
handle.
machines they use to make this? Because it's just so precise.
Seems inelegant and impersonal to me.
I guess
I
I
mean,
can
look at all this.
understand
It's
that.
cold and dark and hard.
The
There's
door
no
swings
color
open,
or life.
and despite, well, now the growing evening of the day, still some sunlight, but wearing away, the interior of this room is very dark. Dark enough that you will need some sort of aid for your vision.
I unclip my electric torch from my belt, flick it on, shine it around, take a little look-see.
Sister also has an electric torch, but she does not trust it. So she's kind of just like is holding it like it's like one of those like pull-up lanterns. So she just puts it at the edge of her bow and holds it out in front of her.
Oh, it's not going to bite you.
I don't trust it. It's not something the Lord seems to have made. I don't know.
But
We'll see.
the-
Maybe you could change my mind, sister.
Well, the Lord made us, and if we made it, isn't that kind of the Lord's creation?
There seem to be a lot of contradictions in your religion.
Sissy Joe. You speak the word, Sissy Joe. I snatch the light off and I hold it up and I say, I'm empowered by your belief. Amen. Woo, she is good. Woo! Yes. Yes.
Just a small town girl here to help out.
Yes. Amen. Thank God for you, Sissy Joe.
I'm glad you're here with us too.
You'll have all the pearls you can hold in heaven.
Maybe we should be a little quiet because I don't know what might be lurking.
I definitely heard all of this conversation, so at this point you can just be as loud as you want.
Honestly, I
can
kind of
speak
rather.
quite quietly if you need me to.
What if
I can
instead of
sermonate.
waiting for it to find us, we just make a bunch of noise so it comes out, and then we're all on equal footing?
Oh, if we need a big noise, That's easy to do.
I'll get to it. And I start to unscrew a can of beans.
I'm not saying we want to do that. I'm just saying if we want to just know what it is, it might not be the worst idea. Having that knowledge.
What about the element of surprise?
Well, if you're right, then it already knows we're here. So it's the only thing with the element of
Maybe
surprise left.
you're a thing. You know, you never know with these types of things.
Fine.
I'm just gonna do a quick sweep of the room and see what's here. Well, this chaos is happening because I'd really like to get back to my pearls.
As you step into this room, with the assistance of your flashlights, you scan about and you notice it seems to be some sort of an office space. There are cubicles spread out, old world computers and monitors. You can see a lot of them look like they have been stripped of some of their components. The shell casing's busted open. These chairs and other file cabinets and whatnot. Dust, debris covering all over. Definitely a lot in disarray. You do see, though, in one corner of the room, looks to be a little bit more orderly area of the room with some boxes and some drapery that's set there. Maybe on purpose or just seems a little undisturbed compared to the rest of the room.
And so first off, we shut the door behind us. I think we don't want nothing coming in. Do we see like any other doors, any other lights, or like anything that like
so
might
you
be
see
another entrance?
so to the back of this room, so if you were, we'll say we come in on the west side, going to the north to the back, you do see another door that in looking at like the building from the outside, it's probably like a back room, large back room there. And then across the hall, or across the room, there's along that wall, you do see another door. And you can see that even in the darkness, when the light flashes over it, you see heavy black and yellow stripes that seem to crisscross around the frame and the door itself. You do see there's a sign stuck to the door as well. Does anyone know Old Speech? Okay. From the distance, you can kind of recognize a little bit that that's what that is, but you'd have to get up there to take a closer look and read it. But
yeah, the sister kind of like squints a little bit. She can't see very much, so she I put the lantern I put it back on the tip of my bow to try and give myself some distance, so I don't have to like get completely up on it if I don't have to, and try to read it.
So, go ahead and give me an Old Speech roll. Language, Old Speech.
That is a 14.
Very nice. So, pretty quickly, the words come to you as you read over this, and very clearly it says, restricted, keep out. You do see next to the door as well a keypad.
I head back over and I pull Sissy Joe specifically aside and I say, I know you like all this weird old tech and all that, and yeah.
It's just fascinating.
Yeah, so right on over there, it says keep out, restricted, and there looks to be some buttons that you can press of a kind.
I might have heard of
button.
Yeah, but the restricted part, you know, I like to be rebellious in with her grace, but you know, it says keep out.
Does it say anything like radiation or like high electric? Because sometimes like some of the stuff we could want might be in those areas, and people were kept out because some of the technology, like it was good, but in small doses, so you couldn't be near it a lot.
Yeah, I don't reckon it has anything like that. I didn't see no markers. Usually you got them lightning bolts coming off it, right? Nothing like that.
Well, what y'all think? I've heard about. I think they're called like pad keys, and like I think like I can. I'd love to mess with one. I've read all about them. My daddy had a story about like he had something similar. Wasn't quite the same. It was, but I can maybe try and figure it out if that's what we want to do. Seems like if a place is restricted, might be some good stuff for the picking.
If it's locked up, who knows how long it's been since someone was in there.
Kin Maruha, I'm gonna defer to you because you are, quite frankly, the most robust out of all three of us. Out of all four of us, you know, my pat beans on the shoulder. Why don't you tell us what you think is best? I got your back with my bow and arrow, but I ain't trying to go in there, haul off, and get killed. So.
Well, I reckon it's closed off for a reason. Might as well find out what the reason is, and Sissy Joe, if you can get it open, I'll go in first.
Let me take a look, see, because I don't know how good I'll be, but I'll give it my best. And I appreciate you loaning me Sombra for emotional support here. It's much
she's
appreciated.
Good for that.
Yeah, she's real good.
I figured you were having a rough time, so.
You head up to the keypad and you see there's 9 numbers there, 0 through 9, and an asterisk and a # key as well, additionally.
Oh!
What?
Oh, I know this one! Oh! This is real... Okay, those numbers that we had before, I think it's a pattern. Yeah, okay,
I'll flip
so...
the map over and show her.
Yeah, 1, 9, 4, 3, 1, 1, and then I just...
Wait. What if that be a trap? You put that in, and the whole building is blown to smithereens.
I hit pound.
And that's how we end. Let's go.
Thank you all. No.
Tactical nuke incoming!
There is a small, tiny little light with a chime ting, that illuminates green, signifying correct entry of a code to this door. And with that, you hear a heavy latch undo as the door then pushes open. It doesn't fully push open, but you see that it releases, allowing you to then push it in further to head wherever is behind.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about, this kind of talk about this kind of thing, sister, but like this is the closest thing to real magic I can imagine. Like you put in thinking this happened, that's just, it lights up and it makes a happy little sound and it's just, okay, I'm sorry.
Honey, you ain't been in the forest enough. Come back home with me, I'll show you some magic.
Oh. Wow. That was interesting. Okay, let's go inside.
And I pull out Bessie just in case.
I'm gonna set off one of the flares.
Okay.
Hold it up, have my hatchet in the other hand.
All
Can you
right.
dim that down a bit?
No, it's fire.
Oh, okay.
It glows brightly and fills the corridor, but you notice as you begin to step through this corridor that leads down beneath the floor level. You go down this, it kind of slants down and then cuts back around and slants again, but you're going deep underneath the floor level of this. You do notice, though, that lights begin to turn on around you, almost like this motion activated. And they flicker, but then fail, seemingly continuing to try turning on, but something, not enough power or whatever. You hear in the distance this loud rumbling of some sort of engine-like machinery kicking on, trying to kick on, likely
Generator's still
a
working.
generator system trying to turn these systems on. But unfortunately, it's having trouble. You do eventually get to the base of this level, under this area, this restricted area here. And as you come in, you see that it does look like this initial area is pretty picked clean. You do notice nearby, though, there's a toolbox laid on the floor. Its hatch lifted open.
Take a peek, see what's in there.
Yeah, or see what's missing.
You take a peek, and there's just a matter of tools here. But what you do notice is carved into the lid of this is a name that says Blake Watson.
Take his tools back to him. Then it's
Legend
not
from-
grave robbing, it's grave trading.
His body's not here. This is free pickings for all of us. Plus, there's some things here in this toolbox that I don't even have in me collection. So,
Got weird morals, little man.
I'm not little.
Consistent.
I'm petite. Okay.
You see in the opposite side of the room this dark, small hallway that looks to be a stairwell leading deeper into the building, further underneath.
Is it just the toolkit in here, or are there like banks of computers? Are there like
This area is
office
just, it's
supplies?
similar kind of like that office space, but there's not really, just things are picked over. There's some files and paperwork and things, but some laboratory supplies, but not much of note.
Well,
Keep searching.
keep going down. We might not be coming. It might have already been stripped clean, but it's good to just do a whole once over. So yeah, down we go.
I'm gonna nudge the toolbox with the toe of my boot and just put it close to the door so we can grab it on the way out.
Sure.
All right.
Down, down, down.
You head down this dark hallway, aided by the light sources that you do have, and you get to the bottom and you see there is a very heavy-duty entry door with a keypad next to this one. The big old speech, Sister Cecilia, you see. Authorized personnel only. Keep out. Door is definitely locked.
I pass it on to everybody and say, just watch a step. I know we might be getting more than we bargained for. Better be worth it.
I walk up and I do the same combo just to see. 1943-11 pound sign.
A red light comes out with a little darker tone that signifies incorrect.
There any desks upstairs that had like papers and such on them?
There would have been maybe a couple things, yeah.
Are there any like wires coming out of this, or is it like completely
Not exposed, but you could probably access that.
I'm gonna run back upstairs real quick and just grab that toolbox.
Okay.
Bring it back down to the gate. Okay. Never really tinkered with this type of machinery before, but shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Maruha, you might just go in there to the gate and just seeing if it can be pried open. What do you see over there? I don't know what type of door we're working with, you know.
Yeah, is it like a gate that you can kind of pry apart, like the ones that kind of unfold into each other, or is it a proper door?
It's a door. It's a real heavy door. It's similar to the one that you first came into. It's heavy duty for sure.
Is it made of metal?
Yeah.
There's no wood element to it.
Right. Yep.
I want to
Okay.
just be looking at this keypad and figuring out, if I think I can like cross the wires.
Yeah. Do you have proficiency in encrypt?
I have proficiency in lore tech. Don't
Okay.
have proficiency in encrypt.
So, I'll just say with that proficiency, you also remember you picked up a computer kit off of Mr. Watson. Maybe a bit of a trade for those pearls. And with that, someone could potentially basically hack into this if someone is proficient with encryption.
Anyone here know how to do a thing or two with them computer kits?
Didn't want us touching that shit.
Sombra, you?
Sombra just looks between everyone and makes like little grabby hands toward the handle of the door and hangs off of it.
That's mighty helpful, little friend.
She's doing her best.
Yeah,
She isn't a magical creature from a fairy tale. She's just a raccoon.
but she's a great raccoon.
Oh, she's the best. I love her so
Yeah.
much.
I could give it a try, but once more, I'd love a little bit of guidance here from you, Sister Cecilia. It's been a long journey. My bedtime was 8 hours ago.
I can do a laying
Oruha
on
is
of
sleepy
hands.
as well, I can see, so... Yeah,
I
just...
can give you a laying on of hands, if that'll help you.
what now? You want my hands?
No. I'll use the power within me, in my holy hands, to rejuvenate you and make you strong.
Sure, how are you gonna go about that?
I'm just gonna make sure that I get a nice good connection in there, and then a burst of energy will just come right into your soul and your spirit, and you'll pop right back into it.
Sounds like a whole bunch of malarkey, but I'll take your word for it.
Sissy Joe, can you lend me a hand? And I put my hand on Sissy Joe's shoulder with my left hand, and I
I'm
reach
not
out.
so sure I want to.
It's all right, Sissy Joe. This is gonna heal you. It's gonna heal everyone. And I hold on to Sissy Joe's shoulder, and I raise my hand like this right next to Beans' face. Take a deep breath. And I slap him as hard as I can. With my
Give me a roll 1d4.
You're not wrong, sister. That was a little healing. I thank you.
4. Beans, go ahead and make a health roll. You gotta roll
Health
under your
roll.
health. Or sorry, yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, success with a 9.
Success. Okay, so you'll take 2 points of damage. You'll take half.
Okay. And as Sister Cecilia slaps me, I kind of like pause for a bit, and I'm like, hold on a minute. I can see. It doesn't realign something here in my neck or in my spine or in my brain. I don't know, but I can see.
She is good. Praise.
I'm just gonna
yes.
wait to see if he walks into a wall.
Yes. If he walks into that wall, it'll be a holy wall inside his heart.
I can see things. Oh. Okay, let's go for it. I think I can see these wires clearly. Let's try this here.
You pry
got
off
it, Brother
the casing. The wire's exposed. You take the computer kit, looking around at the tools before you, and you go in and begin working at this, hoping to bypass the system to get you in. Go ahead and roll encrypt.
Just to be safe, can I just take time to do it at advantage?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay.
While he's taking time, I just walk up and do 8005. I'm sorry, 8008569 pound. Okay,
Nothing.
it was something I heard about once.
It's gonna be an 11.
Okay. You get in there and you're feeling good about getting there. You just and it kind of chirps at you, and you think, maybe. But then you all hear a clunk from upstairs, and then an alarm begins to blare as lights begin to flash. And between the blasts of the alarm, you hear
Shit.
as a gas
that's not
begins
good.
to fill into the room. Beans, you're confident that you could get past this if you just give it one more try, but I need everyone to make a health roll first.
That's a 4. I rolled under my very low health.
10, I rolled under mine as well.
9 rolled under 11.
I'm over with a 19, so it's a failure.
Okay.
Eat up.
All right, so now
So-
I've got motivation, so I'm gonna just start talking about, like, I do have a whole lot of points in lore text. So anything I could do to start being like, okay, well that is that, and that leads to that, and like trying to not backseat drive, but help, but maybe backseat drive, and we'll see how I roll.
Beans, as you go back, you hear this hissing. Everyone else like hears it, and you just kind of try to hold breath and resist that. But Beans, you are concentrated on your task of trying to get through this this thing, and unfortunately, you don't get you take a deep breath of this gas, and it just shocks you, and you all see Beans just fall over, passed out. You are currently incapacitated.
Brother Beans! The sister kind of runs
The
to
gas
him.
continues to fill the room.
Can I grab the computer kit and give it a shot?
You absolutely can.
And I just take it from his hand, and it's an encrypt, which I roll worst to 2, given that I don't have proficiency.
No, if you don't have proficiency, you just have a -1 on top of any other penalties.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Someone, we need him.
I'll hike him over my shoulder. Or my other shoulder. Uh-oh.
Well, that's a 3 minus 1.
Shit.
You can't make right of it, and you basically got through what Beans had gotten through, and man, if I have a little bit more time, everyone make another health roll.
Me included?
No, you're out.
Yeah, just double checking. Am I at 0 or am I just incapacitated?
Just incapacitated. Okay. So,
that's equal to or under?
Yeah. I'll say equal if you rolled equal, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll up still.
2, I'm fine. So I'm going to just burn an adrenaline point here.
So,
it's sure
Beans,
spiking.
actually, looking at incapacitated, you can only attempt skill rolls that require mental or communicative effort. You automatically fail rolls involve physical movement. So this is more of like a, kind of.
Oh,
So yeah, you're actually not out. Sorry,
I'm dazed essentially. Like I'm just kind of like. Ugh.
Yeah. So.
Can you give that to me one more time?
Physically, you can't. So, you can attempt any roll that require mental or communicative effort. You automatically fail skill rolls that involve physical movement.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So I guess I was passed out for a bit, and then I get up. I've been eating me beans.
And I'll pull open a can and shove it in his mouth.
This gas, I gotta try one more time, yeah? Anyone?
Marua, you have to hold the
physical.
beans because you realize that he can't. So how did everyone else do on their health rolls?
Passed. 2.
Pass. Wow, awesome. Okay, so yeah, you're able to resist this gas as it continues. You think that one more try at this lock and you might be able to get through. Who's going at it?
I'm going again, and I'm going to do it I'm burning an adrenaline point.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 13 minus 1 plus 1, so 13.
Yes. Okay. You get that last little bit that you realize you need, that connection made, and it chimes with that green light, and the door releases, and the gas. You do hear the gas, like it stops hissing, but it's still within the room, and you need to clear that area immediately.
Hustle,
Drag
y'all,
Beans
hustle.
Through. Slam the door as soon as all 4 of us are in.
You get behind and are able to take a moment to breathe, and quite literally, as this gas is no longer there as a threat. And you enter into this lab environment. You can see it's pretty clean, even through the the age of time, and looks a sterile lab environment. As you step in, you hear that loud machine sound kick on again. The generator, you assume, and dimly illuminates the entire room. You can tell that scavvers have not been here yet before. There are test tubes, lab equipment scattered about, electronics galore. You see computer monitors, hot plates, fume hoods, all sorts. It seems that everything's up for grabs. Whatever you can fit in your packs and carry on in your body.
Holy shite.
Sweet baby Jesus, I should have known Beans was going to get us with that gas.
All right, y'all. I don't know nothing about any of this.
Have
so
an
I'm just
adrenaline
gonna,
point for that, Sissy Joe.
I'm gonna take off my pack and just set it in the middle of the room. Put all the heaviest stuff in mine and the rest of it in yours. And I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna stay on watch while they all.
I'm looking
Fine,
for medical equipment, any respirators, because we still got to go through that.
I'm gonna go just take one of everything. That's like the goal.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
what they said earlier, we get extra if we bring back.
Oh, right. Ventilators. And pumps.
Fusion pumps.
Right, infusion
Fusion
pumps. Yeah.
All right. So ventilators gonna be real good because Maruha, I know you don't, but if ventilators, you put them on, and it keeps like the bad air from getting in, so we can wear that walking out.
I'd break the rules for that one. Yeah.
All right. Like you don't have to. I'm sure you're big and strong, and you could hold your breath, but make
You
things
scan
way
about the
easier.
room, and while Sissy Joe is mentioning, you know, the small little respirator type device, you see a large hooded contraption that you realize, oh, this is the ventilator. This is more of a room-sized ventilator meant for the area, but it looks to be it's something you could
Not you.
take off and you know, carry with you. But yeah, seems to be a pretty choice piece of equipment. But there will be some care involved to get it to extract it.
How are we gonna get this back across the mall, though?
It would be probably
Tie
enough
it
to
to us?
carry like one person, kind of
Okay.
backpack
Alright.
it. But yeah,
All right.
Okay, Maruha, take half.
Got your rocks.
And all the three of us, we split amongst that half, the other half, yeah.
I'm gonna go grab all the infusion pumps I can, and then anything like anything with like that. I've actually lost the word. Centrifuge. Anything centrifugal.
yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of equipment
yeah,
around here.
Holland.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm,
So,
I'm trying to like point out things that I think would
who
be,
wants to go
you know, actually
after
use.
that ventilator?
I'll go ahead and start using the toolbox and
Okay.
my tinker skill.
Make a tinker
find-
roll.
Thank you. Yeah, start to break it down
It's real big, right?
into 4 distinct parts. I'm gonna go ahead and use an adrenaline point for that because that was a natural one.
It's real big, right? We can work on two opposite sides and
That's a
not have to be
natural
side by
20.
side.
Nice, nice. I mean, it's a decent size, yeah. So, but yeah, Beans, you get up there and you know you have a little issue at first, but then you realize, okay, I see how this is. Righty loosey, lefty tighty, you know, and you get that thing off the wall and just holding this like beautiful piece of equipment. You estimate 300 coin bonus off of this thing, like amazing value.
Okay, Maruha, let me strap this to your back, yeah?
Yeah, all
And I
right.
give her the heavier, I give them like the heavier part of it, and then I divide the rest of them amongst all, the other 3. And I even give like Sombra like a little tiny animal backpack, and they have like one pipe.
Beans,
on the
you go
back.
and you start to set this and try and secure it on Naruhu's back, and you hear this like grunt, almost a growl, and maybe you just assume that she's struggling under the weight.
Maruha, how you feeling there?
Great. Ain't nothing.
You're like 20 feet away from me. Run towards me right now. Let me see. We have to-
Sprint.
You hear again this growl, and now everyone picks it up. You see at the back of the room there are these cages. There's some rows of cages. There's also some tanks along the other wall as well, with this viscous green liquid, and you see something humanoid-esque floating in there, just, you know, lifeless, and it slowly rotates around inside, and it looks like a humanoid figure without skin. And it turns around, and as it does, its eyes are just wide, staring out at everyone. Make a resolve roll, please, all around.
Got 8 on a 12. and I'm knocking an arrow into my longbow from the other side of the room.
Do I get anything for a natural 1?
Ooh, I think so. I think it's might be double. So roll. Okay, Maruha and Sissy Joe
Failed.
failed.
15 on a 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everyone roll 1d4. If you succeed, take half. So sister, you take half duress. Marua and Sissy Joe, you take full. And Beans, you will take double.
Take double?
But
Yeah,
He
for the-
succeeded on this one.
Oh
But I
wait,
succeeded.
sorry,
But
I
succeeded.
thought you meant fail. So then you'll take nothing.
Great. Okay.
Sorry, yeah,
So-
I thought you. Oh, you're yeah,
Hello?
a natural 1. I see. We're rolling under. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Remind me what happens when you reach half of your resolve.
I'm not sure about half.
Okay.
If there's a rule, I've missed over that.
I think
but,
maybe that was another system.
Okay, could have been.
I've played quite a
So-
few recently.
I know at 0, that's when
Okay, I'm
I
fine.
think it's
I think that was Emerald Templars. My
yeah,
bad.
comatose, and then the other one I forget the two, which one is related to that. But
Consciousness.
sorry.
Don't worry, Sissy Joe. I have something mighty powerful for you if that
Yeah.
happens.
So you see this freakish, this monstrosity in these tanks, and then this growling continues to get louder, and as it does, it now is recognizable as the same cries you heard in the Tangle. And you know you've been searching around this building for quite a while. It is surely dark nighttime. And then where these cages are, you see in some of them these remnants of bones and things left over, but in a few of the cages, there's these holes punched through the wall in the back side of it. Cage doors wide open. And you just hear this almost galloping, this slapping, and then a pair of these monstrous creatures burst through the hole, one large than the other. Just these standing tall humanoids looking like they have no skin. Sharp dagger claws, letting out a roar as they see potentially a fresh meal for themselves. And so we will engage with these gores. All right. So,
Sissy again clutches at her pearls, and they're not there. And she just lets out a squeak.
Oh.
for backwater, we will go off your vigilance scores for turn order. And so I have that set up for everyone. The gores come in, and the first one is best of everyone, though, with a 16. So I'll say that, let's see, Beans, you were helping with the device on Maruha, Sister, and Sissy Joe. You were just kind of out picking other things as well, right? Let's see. So probably like stationary in that area, Maruha and Beans. They're going to come after you. And
Oy vey.
what's your luck rolls, both of you? Both odds or evens?
I'm even.
Odd.
Okay, so I rolled an odd. So Beans, the first gore lunges out and lunges towards you.
Oh, Corp is crazy. Okay.
And just lunges forward, and you see this crude like bone in its arm, like as a club, and it comes in and is just gonna swipe down at you.
Pretty squishy, I ain't going to lie to you.
Not the best. So that is melee. What is your
Me build.
melee? Melee is against in an attack is a reflex.
Or 10.
Okay, that is a 10, so it will connect. So it's going to
Okay.
connect there, and it actually like comes in and it does hit you, but it doesn't do enough to really cause any damage. Actually, like you kind of get a little bit out of the way. You realize that the hit is just it's a weak hit. You don't want to get hit again, but you've gotten lucky this time around.
Yeah.
As then it stands up to potentially call out again with another, yell out with another growl and then come down with another hit. With that, we come to yourself, Beans. You are up.
Yeah. I like to go ahead and create some distance here between me and this first score. So I'm going to go
Remember
ahead and
your
try.
counter actions and things as well.
Right. Well, the thing is that if I flee, then I can't do an attack. So I'm going to go ahead and chance it, and I'm going to try to just simply move away to create some distance here. Is that,
Okay.
Is that fine?
So actually, yeah, when an enemy misses with a melee attack, and I'll say because the damage
Right.
got zeroed out, that I'll count it as a miss. So
I
you
can move for
can make a
free?
counter move, as long as you did not sprint. So you haven't, and then, yeah, you're able to move without any reaction. So
Great. I'm going to go ahead and move 15 feet away at my maximum regular movement without provoking that attack. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out my, what is it called? A model 1892, my large rifle. I'm going to go ahead and load a bullet. And I'm going to go ahead and do a called shot here. I'm going to go for the knee.
okay.
So,
And I believe all called shots are at worst of 2.
yes. And so let's just see if I even hit first. For this ranged attack. So plus 2. Disadvantage. That's gonna be an 11.
11.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in a little bit of the dim lighting and the movement of the creature, you aren't able to line that up, and it goes wide of your targets.
A little bit of dirt in here. And as a blitz, I'm gonna go ahead and just move another 5 feet back.
Okay. You still have your
into my
regular
strength.
movement because your initial movement would have been your counter
I see.
move, so you still have full movement technically.
I'll move a full 20 feet back, movement plus blitz for the
Okay, you really make some distance towards the other
Yeah.
side of the lab here, away from these creatures. With that, the Sister Cecilia, you are up.
I knock my bow, like I knock the arrow into my bow, like I'm already kind of prepared. And I want to try and fire at whichever one seems most dangerous.
Okay.
I guess the bigger one, probably.
Yeah, so the one that attacked Beans is a little
Yeah.
bit bigger. The other one looks a little
Yeah.
scrawnier and whatnot. You go and as you line up and target out here, the other one nearby, though, lets out this roar at you. This high-pitched just wail that is just very off-putting. What are your resolve points at, Sister Cecilia?
I am down to a 10.
Oh, you still have 10? Okay, all right, you're fine. You feel for a moment that puts you off, that yell puts you off, but you shrug it off. You think and you reflect inward and to her presence, and you're able to continue on with your action.
Awesome. I kind of yell back at it. Your fury has nothing on her holiness.
We love a ballsy sister.
Have any extra points? Ooh, +2. I got a 14.
Very nice, just what you need. So
that's a hot
you pull back and fire away, and the arrow goes flinging towards the creature. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm using my longbow, 2d4. That's not amazing. Plus, do I add my armor points? I wrote AP. I'm trying to figure out
Aptitude.
what I'm saying.
Aptitude,
That one's
yeah.
aptitude.
Yeah,
Thank
APT.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an additional 1, so 7.
7? 7 points, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. You feel that this was a significant strike into. Sorry, you went after the large one, right? Okay. Still a very good hit. But, yeah, it just courses right through, maybe the side, lower side, and it lets out a yelp as that clearly did not feel good.
I point at it and I say, "You leave him alone!"
All right. Anything else? Any movement or anything?
I'm just gonna press myself as firmly against the furthest part of the room as I can because
Okay.
I'm not
you
I'm not
pull
a
back
dynamo,
and get
and
some
I shouldn't be in the
distance.
front.
Get some distance and
Yes.
maybe knock another arrow. Get ready on
That's
the
it.
offensive coming around. All right, with that, after Sister Cecilia, the thinner-looking Gore is up, sneaks in, and is going to go ahead and run towards Maruha and just jump up with its claws and slash out towards you. With a 16
What's it against my reflex?
reflex, yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And that'll be 2
Nice.
points of damage.
2 points of damage. Okay.
And I'm gonna shout out, "Don't let this thing scare you. You got it!" And make a persuade roll, which, believe it or not, I'm rather persuasive. That is a 13 plus something. Persuade is 13 plus 3, so a 16. Does that beat your intuition?
Oh, absolutely, it does.
So you have an adrenaline point now.
Awesome.
Sissy
beautiful.
Joe.
Awesome.
Thank
Is
you.
that a
Just so
feature?
inspired by my. Yeah, that's part of my. I'm industrious.
Fantastic.
And I when a friendly creature takes damage, I can, for a number of times equal to my charisma, give them some encouragement. And
Absolutely.
if it breaks through their intuition, they get.
I
they
assume
get an
very
adrenaline.
welcomed. Maruhu, you hear these words from your new counterpart, and it does just kind of invigorate you as you did take the slash, but you know that with your friends nearby, you probably can be able to handle this. And with that, it is your turn, Maruha. You can retaliate.
So are they both right next to me? Because Beans was next to me.
Yeah, nearby, yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna wave the flare, and is that gonna be an action if I throw the flare?
I would probably say yeah.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna do that, and instead, I'm gonna twirl my hatchet, and I'm gonna take a crack at the one that's hurt. The more,
Okay,
the bigger,
yep.
more
A little
hurt
bit
one.
bigger one. It's got an arrow sticking through its side. You can see like blood dripping down. Yeah.
All right,
So
I'm
go
gonna use
ahead.
an adrenaline point, the one that Sister Joe just gave me.
Okay.
So I have best of 2.
Sister Cecilia, do you still have uses of your divine? Is that limited or?
I do not believe it is limited.
I think don't you spend? Do you spend like your
Yeah.
health or
Health
something?
and resolve.
So I spend my personal,
Okay.
either my health or my resolve. But I
It
have
looks like you
unlimited.
don't need it though. What do we got?
I saw
Got a
happy
natural
dance.
20.
Nice.
Ooh,
Hell yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
So
Yeah.
I believe it's a
Leave
double
something for
damage.
me.
23 total. Double damage.
I do believe
Hell
so. Yeah, we will say it is.
Let's say these 2. Oops. Well, not that one anymore. It flew to the ground. Plus my aptitude. No, plus my size. Okay. 10.
That's with the double damage, or the
Yes.
you rolled it twice. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how do you take this gore out?
Oh, sick. So I think I see where Sister Cecilia had run it through with the arrow, and I'm gonna start there and try to hook the back edge of my hatchet into the arrow hole and just rip up the front.
Gnarly. You see
Nice.
as Maruha just steps forward and shakes off that slash from the other one. Sissy Joe, you just giving this encouragement and a little like flourish with the axe, kind of like throwing it up and grabbing it to twist it around and just slapping into the side with this wet cut into it, and then just this rip, and the blood just sprays. There's this line of deep red crimson across Maruha's front, and the gore just lets out like a groan and then slumps to the ground with a heavy thud, pool of blood then pouring out.
Been a while since I had fun like that. Thank you.
And with that, Sissy Joe, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I kind of just half toss, half drop my electric torch so that there's still some light. At both hands on old Bessie, I pull out my double barrel shotgun, I take an aim at the one left, and I get to shoot twice. And I'm gonna burn an adrenaline. I'm gonna burn both my remaining adrenaline points. So I'm gonna roll double on both. So that is gonna be one is gonna be a 17 plus 2,
Okay.
and the other's a double 2.
Okay. So
So-
your one shot does go through and will hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
So with my double barrel shotgun, I get to roll 1d12. They also take is it bleed, hemorrhage? I wrote it.
Hemorrhage, yeah, yep.
Hemorrhage.
Down. Now I have to find a d12 and not confuse it with my d20 like I did last time. That's going to be 12 points of damage plus my aptitude, which is
How do you take it out?
One shot!
Nice.
I've had a really rough day, and I take a knee, I aim upward, I shoot it through the crotch and out its head.
Step down, you just see Sissy Joe take the shotgun and lift it upright, like literally underneath this creature, pull the trigger and just blast, and it just somehow does travel through and like just out the neck and the head of this creature. You can see through that translucent skin as well. You can see just the ripping of that shot through the body as well. And it also doesn't even have time to really react. It just slumps over again, falling to the ground, blood adding to the existing pool already.
I like to think that some of it lands on me, and I like huff and kind of.
Absolutely.
I don't start fights, but I finish them.
Yes, ma'am.
With that, the room falls quiet, other than the loud hums of the generator and the other equipment in the room. In the distance, up those tunnels, you hear another growl. Not super close, but you've brought some attention to yourselves. It's perhaps time to gather your spoils and make your way out.
Beat a hasty retreat. We got what we came for.
May we be light on our feet on the way back.
Don't see any reason to linger.
Okay. Let's go. We got the ventilator and we got the
Yeah.
the infusion pumps.
You retrace your steps up out of the building, get back through that fence hole, and just run. Stay on your feet. It's dark. That's the downside.
the other
You can
flare.
take a camp, or you can head back and get through. Your decision. Would you like to camp out, try to find a place to camp, or do you want to just get back to see if you can trek through the tangle again and all that during the nights?
Do I see any buildings that look like secure? Like we could maybe like go up on
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
What y'all think? Wanna hole up high? Maybe we can find a place where there's only like one entry, so if something comes at us, we can all just
Pick 'em up.
unload, sleep in shifts.
My mama once said, the higher your hair, the higher you are to God. Closer up, so makes
That's-
sense for a building. And I
Well, I
gesture to
tried.
Sissy's hair and I say, you're near and dear to her, sweetheart.
You find a location
Mama
that
always
seems
said.
suitable. You set up some makeshift accommodations, barricading the door, the entryways. You hear some grumbles and movement in the night, but nothing to disturb the four of you. You're allowed to mend any wounds that you have taken if you have, and mostly just get some rest. It was a long day. The morning comes, and you set back out on that trek back to the Arch. You still need to trade in your findings and catch that ferry out.
And we do have a body to bring back.
You're able to make it
Got
through
his
that
toolbox.
tangle without incident, swing by and find the fallen Blake Watson.
I reverently put the pearls back around Sissy Joe's neck.
Thank you.
You arrive
Looking
back to
nice
the
black
camp,
eyes.
and you have plenty of stairs as you get the feeling that the other scavers probably assumed most of you were done. Gonzo, not going to come back. There's not too many people that do come back from a trip into, let alone beyond, the Tangle. But they immediately see the old equipment, relics, things that you brought back, and just eyes wide. And a few nods of admiration for that. You're able to trade those off for hefty coin, lining your pockets quite swimmingly.
Muraha,
So-
were you real about that offer of spending some time in the woods?
I don't know how kindly my mama will take to old world technology, but she might come around.
I
You're
promise to keep most of it, out of sight, out of mind, as much as I
rather
can.
charming, so she might enjoy the new company. Come on back with me.
I'd be honored.
Sissy Joe, you head off with Maruha to go visit their part of the world. Beans, what do you head off to?
Well, it's lots of coin. Be buying lots of things. I think I'm gonna go ahead and... Agriculture has been sort of a dying breed around these parts. I did see a sort of a seed farmer, a seed salesman on me travels, so... I think I'm gonna go ahead and start my own bean farm. Kidney, pinto, garbanzo, black. All the beans. And try to make a modest living rather than my whole spelunking lifestyle that I've been living my whole damn life.
Sister Cecilia.
I make my way back to town with my faith in my God renewed. This was a brush with death, and I managed to survive and aid in the survival of 3 other hopeful, reverent individuals. So I feel like I've had a lot of success. I kind of sit down at the tent. I have like a tented area that I have kind of set up for myself in the corner of town that people know they can come and seek counsel with me if they need to. And I kind of just spend the rest of my days talking to my little ghost. I have a ghost that I commune with. There wasn't a good time for me to bring up the ghost tonight, but I am talking to my ghost's name is Edith. She's my wife. She died protecting me, so that's why I'm a woman of the cloth. Yeah.
Called shot to my heart, dude.
God damn.
So I just
I am
chill with
broken.
Edith.
Last minute.
We hang out, we go fishing, and we talk. Tarka, the boy that I pressed the coins into his palm earlier, he comes and pays me visits.
Their palm, yeah,
anytime. Yeah, sorry, their palm. Excuse me. Yeah, and I just have a nice time, and hopefully someone will come and get me to visit the forest so I can pass on the good word. to the
They take a
animals.
little, they take a little liking to you and are happy to come along and you can see that they seem to be a little bit of a loner, and they'd welcome that companionship.
Yeah, we spend long silences together.
Wait, sister knows how to be silent?
I didn't know it was possible. Holy
Right.
When you have the Lord on your side, you don't need words.
Could have fooled me, but I'm glad for you.
You all didn't have the Lord on your side until the righteous words of our Savior entered.
I mean, the
Into
righteous
you.
words of my shotgun had a
Why
thing
are
to
you
say.
giving all the credit to something that you did? You were the one that did all that stuff, not
Yes,
anything else.
But in the mighty words of Sister Sissy Joe, she created all of us. So it's all just, it's all her.
I did
Her
encourage it.
epiphany.
I did.
Sissy Joe, damn it.
I didn't. I thought I was helping.
As
Sissy
Beans,
Joe-
But I mean, if
righteous
it makes her
woman.
happy, I'm not here to judge, right? If it makes her happy.
I suppose.
That it
as
does.
Beans heads off to start his farm, Sister Cecilia off on her adventures, and you see as the camera pans away, the sun begins to set here as this steamboat travels down the river, as Maruha and Sissy Joe stand at the edge looking out side by side. And
Maybe
our
try to slip my
adventure,
hand into theirs.
our adventure in the Backroads comes to a close. Fantastic, everyone. Thank
this
you.
was so fun.
This is a blast.
Yay!
Also, I realized why I was rolling so poorly. I did not bring out my beans D20s. I have baked beans
man.
D20s, and I did not grab them.
That's
That is
it
my
right
bad.
there.
That's it right there.
All right, we got to start over. Amazing. All right, so Bounce House, thank you so much for being here.
you,
Amazing
chat.
bunch of people out there. We have a copy of this rule set to give away. The Backwater core set. Backroads, of course, is not out yet. You can check that out on Kickstarter. Which there has been some links going through the chat, so hopefully you have taken a look at that. But if you want this isn't just a digital copy, this is a hard copy, physical of this book. Gotta love it when you can get it in your hands there. So go ahead and still, if you haven't yet, ! Backroads in the chat. I'm gonna leave it open until we go through quick final introductions, and then we will draw a winner. So let's go ahead and do that. Candace, thank you so much as always. Please tell us once again where we can find you.
Hi everyone, Candace Magnificent, also known as Sister Cecilia Sharp. Thank you so much for watching. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me at Candace the Magnificent or at that Candace Girl on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc. If you like ice cream videos, please head over to my YouTube channel. If you like ukulele concerts of a sort, please keep your eyes peeled at that Candace Girl on Twitch for my shenanigans. Next month, I will be doing as many concerts as I can. I'm going to try for every Friday, if I can, doing some Pride songs. I will also be back here on Todd's channel next month for 2 different amazing events. We've got a huge, I can't don't think I'm overusing that word because it's huge. Thirsty Sword Lesbians for Pride, with all proceeds benefiting the Trevor Project. We'll be having cast announcements a little bit later this week, so please keep your eyes peeled for that. And you can also find me in Masks, which is going to be, I believe, every other Sunday, starting on the 12th. And then you can find me over at Valor Studios channel for Axion, which is a Savage World steampunk space odyssey, GM'd by Cheyenne Wright. That's going to be going live, I believe, on June 22nd. So please peep that as well. And yeah, I'm going to be on Carrie's channel too, Carrie Smith, next month. And I will be on the Community Cleric on Girls Run These Worlds on the 9th of June. So very busy.
Okay.
Please keep your eyes out and yeah, check out all those awesome people because they make great content. So
Thank you very much. Allegra, thank you so much for being here. Say hello.
Thank you, Todd. I always have so much fun playing with you. This was the best. Hey, I'm Allegra. You can find me at Lego M2RS on Twitter, or being a Chaos Gremlin with Mayday Roleplay. Yeah, that's I'm not I'm not crazy busy with TTRPG stuff. I'm busy with other real life stuff. But thank you guys for letting me hang out and play a new system. This was a blast. I want to play this again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Kay, say hello.
Hey, well, I am Kay Purcell. I'm a community manager for video games by day, but by night, I get to do this stuff. You can find me all over the internet at KDamnPhyr, KAYDAMPHYR. I like vampires, you know. Every Tuesday, I'm on Twitch talking about TTRPGs. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. My June is going to be absolutely bananas. Please look at my Twitter. That's the easiest way to figure out what I'm doing. I also, if this is your first time seeing me, I used to be blonde. People chat blew up because my hair is dark purple. So if you're confused, yes, my hair is dark purple. This is very much a wig.
Fantastic. As always, Kay, thank you for being here. And
Thank you,
last
Todd.
but
Thank you, chat.
And last but not least, Beans, Toffee, say hello.
Hey guys, my name's Toffee, pronouns he, him. You can find me over at Twitch, or on Twitch or Twitter at Toffee Plays. Yeah, I stream sometimes, and I'm a pretty new entry into the tabletop space, and I'm just glad to be surrounded by all these wonderful folks. Other than that, I'm working on projects from time to time. Just check that Twitter. But the biggest one that I have to announce right now is tomorrow will be session 1 of a new D&D campaign called Reckoning in Dawn Shadow. It's gonna be an all Asian cast led by yeah, just an all Asian cast, Asian DM. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be going over at twitch.tv/goingcritrpg. If you look at my Twitter, you'll probably find it there. But yeah, guys, I gotta say, I did enjoy my time here playing Backwater. If I had to, like, I was getting, like, I don't know, if I had to say anything about the system, it's like taking, like, the customizability and, like, roleplay of Fallout with, like, all of the different ways you can kind of customize your character with dice rolls and other tabletop stuff. So I really enjoyed how personal and how nitty-gritty you can get my character, and that's what Beans was. So yeah, had a great time.
Amazing. Absolutely. Thank you for being here as well. Everyone, so good. I was as much a viewer, you know, as anybody. It was so much fun to see all of you just sit and play off each other. It was amazing. Thank you so much. I have been the game master for this, Todd Moonbounce. You can find me online at Todd Moonbounce, most every places, here on Twitch, of course, and Twitter, YouTube, etc. Check out content there. I want to give a massive thank you to Asa and Alex, the creators, the designers of Backwater. They reached out and said, "Hey, can you do this? Would you be willing to put this together?" So honored that they would, you know, trust what we're able to do here on the Bounce House and trust us with this product, this new system, this expansion that isn't even released yet. To be able to show that off is amazing. So a big thank you to them. Please go check that out on Kickstarter. Check out the core system as well, Backwater. Very cool, as you know, Echo Toffee. Very cool options in there and the customization and things like that. So yeah, I think with that, let's give away a copy of that right now. So
Good luck, chat.
gonna go ahead and we'll close our entries. And I hope everyone is here as we do this. So here we go. Winner is Jacovius82. You are in the house. I see that. Yes. So say hello. Congrats.
Congrats.
And we will get Jacovius, send me a whisper on Twitch with your email address, please. Email address, and then I'll get that over to the Backwater crew and get you connected to get that ordered and sent out. So be great to have that physical copy for sure. And anyone else, either grab one of those or digital yourselves. I know there was a card in here below me that does mention the itch.io website where you can get a copy of that and some other great things. There's a solo adventure that they have for this, which I think is free. Pay what you want, potentially. But amazing. I actually, when we were learning the system, I utilized that for us just in chat, kind of a play-by-post to say, you do this, you do that, so we learned how to do the rules. But it seemed really fun, so that'd be a great way to learn the system as well, is to check that out. So Backwater
Check out the Kickstarter.
and the Kickstarter, Backroads. Again, thank you,
I don't know
everyone.
if any of us said like what we actually specifically were. I realized.
That's
Leave our
true. Yeah, we
archetypes.
did not. We do have the character cards on screen, so people would have seen that. But
Oh.
yeah, let's go ahead. Sister Cecilia, tell us your build again.
Yeah, my character is actually a spiritualist. My ideals are spirituality. What I like about this is that, like, when you're making your character, it's based off of archetypes, but there are just so many little pieces to kind of tuck in, like the origin, your origin story, right? Like where you're from and what dialect you have. That changes how people interact with you when you're in like larger towns and things like that. So if there's a session where you're doing more RP, like, it gives you a lot to work with. Love that. I had some traits as well, healthy and expert. And then my unfavorable traits were nearsighted and indebted to the church, which, that's not an unfavorable trait. She is good.
What was Maruha?
Maruha was a steadfast, so kind of as they were played, a frontline fighter, protection. I took the what did I take? Where is it? There it is. I took tough, which gave me a little bit of extra health, and ambidextrous, so I could dual wield if I wanted to. And then my unfavorable traits were I was flat-footed, which means my sprint was decreased, and I was unlucky, which Todd did not use against me the one time I had a
Thank
luck roll.
goodness.
Thank
You had
goodness.
two, because that was who the
Oh, that's
Boris
right.
two.
Oh, there were two.
You got
Yeah,
away
I
with
could
it.
have it. Yeah.
Got away with it.
But I had a really neat ability called swap positions, which was if I'd been within 5 feet of someone and they'd been attacked, I could swap places with them. So I was super excited about that like special thing, because I think in other games it's always hard to be like, I want to protect this person and I can't, but in this one I can. So that was very fun for me.
Super cool. Yeah, I played really well as well. And Sisters, the Divine Grace, was it?
Hmm?
Yeah, like definitely a great feature there. Yeah, Sissy Joe, tell us about your character and build.
Sissy Joe is a savant, so she's just real good at like picking up stuff. I'm also industrious because Mom always said idle hands the devil's tools. I
Amen.
am working class. I just have really, really high charisma, and part of how you calculate your wealth is if you have really high charisma, you get more wealth. So I worked real hard, and people just liked me and gave me stuff, but doesn't mean I didn't work real hard. I only had I only took a favorable trait, so I had Brave, which increases my res max by 2, which I really needed because it was bad. I did not take any unfavorable traits, and in exchange, I took 1 less point in my skill tree.
Okay.
So that was a cool trade-off that you can do.
Yeah.
There, so you can, play around with that, which is a really cool feature. And part of my industry is I was just naturally really good at and really interested in old world lore and tech. So it played really nicely in my character because I literally came in going, I just want to play a small town girl with a big ass shotgun. That's my goal.
And you did
Blonde,
very well.
big hair shotgun. That's all I want.
Very well. Awesome. And Beans, tell us about you. I know you called out a few times some of your features. But
Yeah, I was trying to use as many features as I could during the session. This is from the Backroads expansion to Backwater. So, I was a spelunker because I like the game Spelunky and I like Minecraft. My main inspiration was the guy from Atlantis: The Lost Empire, Gaetan Molière. I just wanted someone that had a lot of different gizmos and gadgets that may or may not be useful. So that was me.
That's great. The whole like reaching into your pouch thing, like that was awesome, and it
That was
worked
super clutch.
amazingly too in your favor. But
I just want to know, like, how were we supposed to get past the maw if I didn't have that? Like, what did you have?
I mean,
I don't know.
I was going to tell the
because
sister.
if Maruha was going to go through, it was basically, it's like in Dante's Peak, old lady in the.
I was going to tell the sister to tie the rope to an arrow and try to shoot it across.
That's what I was going to do.
Didn't go well,
that's
but we were going to
smart.
try.
That didn't work. I was going to like invoke my spirit because I have communicate with the geist.
Oh my god.
And my partner ghost that I have has 4 skills. So what's cool about playing a spiritualist, you don't have as many like flashy kind of upfront moves, but you've got like some really cool stuff on the back end.
Okay.
My geist because of the backstory of who she was a retired general and then became a professor. So she had access to history, nature, strategy, and then like urbanization. So I just kept like waiting. I'm like, eventually someone's gonna just fuck up and the roll's gonna be real bad and I'm gonna swoop in with my ghost, and then everybody was really good. So I was just like, it's fine.
I rolled real bad. I rolled real bad, except for the
I
very
know
end.
one time, but then Allegra rolled really great and I was like, it's not my turn yet.
We balanced ourselves well, friends.
Absolutely, yeah. I think an amazing rounded group. So, alrighty.
And what a great bout of roleplay. Y'all are all awesome. That was so much fun.
Oh, a riot.
Metal.
Just a riot. So, absolutely. Thank you so much again. Bounce House, thank you so much for being here. Again, congrats to Jacovias for the copy, winning that copy. Go check out the game, check out the Kickstarter, and we will see you all again on the next one. Bye-bye.